It's 6 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: Obama urges Britain to stay in the EU, online funding boost for terminally ill Hertfordshire mum, and complaints about noisy rail workers in St Albans.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. Downing Street said it was right for the British people to have the final say in a referendum. In a BBC interview, Mr Obama said America wanted to make sure that Britain continued to have influence.
Having the United Kingdom in the European Union gives us much greater confidence about the strength of the transatlantic union and is part of the cornerstone of institutions built after World War II that has made the world safer and more prosperous. And we want to make sure that the United Kingdom continues to have that influence.
A Hertfordshire mother with an incurable cancer has been given over £10,000 to spend on activities with her 3 children. It's after her friends set up an online donation page that saw one anonymous contribution of £5,500 this week. Emma Young is 36 and from Hemel Hempstead.
The main one is to take the kids to Disneyland Paris. It's just little things really, the One Direction concert, Cadbury World, Legoland. It's just all about making memories for the kids, getting photos that I can keep, and then when the time comes, they can look back and we've made memories.
A study commissioned by the charity Age UK has concluded that harmful drinking among people aged over 50 is a middle-class phenomenon. The researchers found that older people classed as successful with higher incomes, higher educational achievements and active social lives were more likely to drink at levels posing an increased risk to their health. A woman from Milton Keynes is due in court today after being arrested for failing to appear for sentence last Friday. 47-year-old Tina Beloveth-Powerful was found guilty a month ago of fraud and false advertising. She came to prominence when Harvard University in America sued over her Harvard School website. Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. It follows flooding in the Stevenage area last week, which blocked a number of roads and affected homes. People living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about noisy overnight work taking place near their homes. Workmen have been using chainsaws to chop down trees. Network Rail say they have to carry out essential safety work without disrupting train services. They've apologised but say it's unavoidable. One of the people affected is Gemma Welsh from Milehouse Lane.
2 chainsaws going at full pelt for several hours. There were people out in the pyjamas on the street wanting to know what was happening. And I just don't think this is acceptable. In
sport, Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. And Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. The weather: rain spreading from the southwest, which will become heavy this afternoon. A maximum temperature 16 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Won't you let me walk you home from school? Won't you let me meet you at the pool? Maybe Friday I can get tickets for the dance. And I'll take you. Ooh. Won't you tell your dad, get off my back? Tell him what we said about painted black. Rock and roll is here to stay. Come inside, well, it's okay. And I'll shake you. Ooh. love for my love. If it's so, well, let me know. If it's no, well, I can go. I won't make you. Ooh.
Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Close enough for rock and roll, huh? I've got one record
Don't
player.
have a lot, but with me that's fine. Whatever I got, well, I know it's mine. I don't go around with a local crowd. I don't dig what's in, so I guess I'm out. I'm saying these things so you know me, baby. So you understand what I'm all about. The boat that I row won't cross the ocean. The boat that I row won't get me there soon. But I got the love if you got the notion. The boat that I row, pick it up to me, you. There ain't a man alive can tell me what to say. I choose my own side and I like it that way.
What are you beefing on about?
I don't worry about all the things I'm not.
Are you real?
There's only one thing I want, I ain't got.
A guzzler.
You know that I'm thinking about you, baby.
Just shut your cow.
But you better know before you come along. The boat that I row won't cross the ocean. The boat that I row won't get to there soon. But I got the love if you got the notion. The boat that I row, pick it up to me and you.
Oonga, 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 oonga.
I'm saying these things so you know me, baby. So you understand what I'm all about. The boat that I row won't cross the ocean. The boat that I row won't get there soon. But I got the love and you got the notion. The boat that I row, big enough for two, me and you. The boat that I row won't cross the ocean. The boat that I row won't get there
Oh
soon.
man, the vibe is strong with this one. It's Friday. It's not just any Friday, it's a very special Friday. Catherine, do you want to tell the boys and girls, the ladies and gentlemen, the dogs and the cats, why it's such a special Friday?
Because it's my end of term and I don't give a monkey.
She don't give a stuff. That's right. For the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a decent production team. Dealey, decent producer.
Yeah, going solo, guys.
Kelly
Going
Betts,
solo.
We're going solo.
Yeah, because what could possibly go wrong?
We're splitting the band up, guys. We're going solo. We're going to get a decent producer. Next week, we got Shaggy. The week after that, we got Matt Lockwood. We're gonna have our contracts ended because we'll have so many complaints because they don't have to produce a show. But
It'll be fun.
It's going to be so. It's geezers special.
Yeah.
Kelly
Yeah.
Betts, dress sexy. It's going to be a lot of geezer fun.
A lot of testosterone in the house next week. And you know what? I'm looking forward to that vibe.
I have ordered, excuse me, and I
Right.
need to. I've
Getting nervous.
ordered extra testosterone off the internet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Them pills are good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
going to bring it in. Yes,
Honestly, though,
Catherine.
Shaggy,
That's what we're
I
doing.
don't think does
What
have
did you
more
say?
testosterone than me.
No. last time Shaggy was producing, right? He was in, Ollie was in, and Tony Fisher came in, and Shaggy went, it's a lot of testosterone here this morning. I went, where's that then, Shaggy? Oh, yeah, a lot. And next week, of course, is a special tribute to Shaggy, and we'll do it the week after for Lockwood.
we're going to have an impersonator Shaggy.
Yes.
And then an impersonator Lockers competition. And people can phone in an impersonator Shaggy all next week. More of that next week, Catherine.
Wow.
Are you going away? Of course you're not, because burglars would break into your house if you announce it on the radio. If you were going away, where would you go, my love?
If I was going away, I'd go away somewhere and not tell you.
That is absolutely marvellous, my darling. The thing is, when you come back, do you know what happens when you come back? Do you know what happens?
If I come back.
I'm off for 2 weeks. Staying at home. I'm not going away burglars, so forget those fancy ideas of stealing my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox 360.
Stop listing your valuables.
I don't actually own those. I've just got pictures of them, which I downloaded free from the internet. So, you know, guys, help yourselves. We should probably start the show, Dealey.
Yeah, I think so.
Very strong. Oh, by the way, you missed this last time. We've got Pete Heat coming in, the magician, the lanky magician. He's going to literally blow your freaking little
I've already
mind.
said to him, listen, mate, you reckon you're some sort of magician? He's on Twitter this morning saying, I've got a new baby, I'm going to be very tired. I said, well, if you're such a great magician, why don't you trick us? You could actually play the trick that you were here whilst you were laying in bed.
You're forgetting something, though, Joss.
Already he's failing.
It's a magic baby. It's not like any ordinary baby.
His baby's got special powers. His baby
Seriously?
could probably, I don't know, levitate.
Yeah.
I did just tweet him, where did you pull that out from?
I know, I was tempted to tweet that exact same thing, but held it back.
Well, I did it. Because the thing about me, Catherine, there are rules, apparently. I don't know. I haven't got a rule book. I ripped it up years ago.
Fair play.
Fair play to that.
Great guy. Top geezer.
This story we'll do it after 15:15. We haven't got anything after 15:15, have we?
Yeah.
Have we? How come in my running order it says it hasn't got anything?
Oh, no, we haven't then.
There we go.
Sorry, my mind's elsewhere.
No, it's fine.
Your mind's been blown already.
It's a story about Emma Young, and it's such a good story. I don't want to kind of have to rush it, so we'll do it after 15:15.
Yeah,
That's all right, John.
your
That's the
name's
story
on the
that
door.
you've taken. Can we? He keeps saying my name's on the door. It's a metaphor. He's implying I'm running a pub. Oh, speaking of which, can we actually get my name above the door?
No,
Would
it's
that
too
be
much.
possible?
It's too much.
It would be
That's
really
a little bit arrogant.
Well, you know me.
Well, I wouldn't say you're that arrogant.
I could print off your name and just stick it in blue tack above the door.
No, it's not good enough. You wouldn't have that at a pub. It's got to be metal.
You speak
and
about
engraved.
You speak about pubs, of course. Who's the most famous person that's ever worked in a pub?
Liz McDonald.
After Liz McDonald.
Peggy Mitchell.
Close.
Oh.
Ange.
No, all right. Who's the sixth most famous person to have worked in a pub? Very specific.
I know.
Yep.
Cat Slater.
If only somebody would write a reggae song about her.
Cat Slater style. She's a member of EastEnders. Reggae music. Cat Slater. Rastafari. Iain. Cat Slater. Cat Slater, the reggae music, she's a Cat Slater. Cat Slater, she's a pretty lady, she's a Cat Slater. The little girl grow up or go to school, she play football, she play netball. The reggae music, she working with students, she talk about Lisa Fowler Styley. It introduce you in a Cat Slater, she like other men will take her out.
Gosh.
Now,
she likes other men who take her out.
Yeah, I didn't know about the netball hobby.
Yeah, and football as well.
Now, that's a young gentleman called Carl Matthews who writes songs exclusively, I think, about the cast of EastEnders in a reggae style.
Yeah. EastEnders local and vocal. It's filmed in Hertfordshire. When's this guy coming on?
My favourite one, though, is the song about Gary Hobbs. Yeah. Now, is Gary Hobbs the actor?
No.
He's the character?
Yes. Hapless Gary Hobbs, the mechanic.
Okay. Well, this is Gary Hobbs, the song about Gary Hobbs. See if you recognise the tune. Same as the last one.
I'm say Gary Hobbs style. Reggae music, EastEnders. Give me that style. Him say. I Gary Hobbs in the EastEnders. He's getting married with Slater in a little mold style. Pape, EastEnders. Gary Hobbs working in the field, Mitchell fix up the car. A brand new garage, I fix
And of course, you can hear more from BBC Introducing Saturday nights. I'm sorry.
Peggy Mitchell.
Gary Hobbs. EastEnders reggae music in a Gary Hobbs.
EastEnders reggae music in the Gary Hobbs.
Please get this guy on. Please. Next week, get Shaggy to book him up. Get him in the studio. I would buy his music. This is new to me.
Well, you can buy his
because
music.
that song's a quid.
But you've opened a whole new world to me. Gary Hobbs, he's an EastEnder. Gary Hobbs, brilliant.
What is it, Carl Malcolm? What's his name?
Carl Malcolm.
No, it's not Carl Malcolm. That's Hey Fatty Bum Bum.
It's still going on.
Gary Hobbs 2004. The EastEnders in a New Year's Day saying Gary Hobbs.
Gary Hobbs, EastEnders, Gary Hobbs. We'll have more from Carl Mattis throughout the show.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Expecting delays as we move through the morning in Stevenage. There's a lane closed for roadworks in both directions between Canterbury Way and the A602. Hitchin Road on Martin's Way, the A1072. If you're heading further towards London, the North Circular going west, that's already queuing between the Clockhouse interchange and New Southgate at Bounds Green. No problems on the trains. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much indeed. I promise you, we'll start the show in a bit. I promise. I mean, this is what happens when you come in the studio.
Madness, yeah.
It's
Chaos.
All next week. Hey, how about we have No Trousers Tuesday?
Oh, do you know what? Is that for the girls as well?
For everybody.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm already wearing no trousers. Look.
Hey! Flippin' Ada. Where are we now? It's 6:17. It is Friday the 24th of July. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mother with an incurable cancer. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. And people living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws overnight near their homes.
Get more from BBC Three Counties Radio online by liking our Facebook page.
Take part in our conversations,
including what we talk about every afternoon.
Well, it's kind of how most taxes work. So most taxes work that, you know, on the first bit you pay no tax, on the next bit you pay basic rate tax, on the next bit you pay 40%, then 45%.
See pictures and videos you won't get anywhere else.
What we're going to do today is take you around for a lap of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, all 3.66 miles, which will be used for this year's British Grand Prix.
Get more from BBC Three Counties Radio online by liking our Facebook page at facebook.com/BBC3CR.
That's the end of one song. This is the beginning of another. All the songs are on records, Justin.
Yeah, I know. Last week I was playing off vinyl myself. I have to say, a bit weird. It's a bit weird playing off vinyl because you're looking, thinking, how long's left? Doesn't tell you how long's
It's
left.
old school, mate. Old school skills.
I know. I enjoyed it.
When we
though.
go back to the caveman days, we'll all be playing off vinyl. Something.
Oh, I can't keep it in. I can't keep it in. I've got to let it out. I've got to show the world's got to see all the love that's in me. I said, why walk alone? Why worry when it's warm over here? You've got so much to say what you mean what you think and think anything. Oh, why must you waste your life away? You've got to live for today, then let it go. Lover, I want to spend this time with you. There's nothing I wouldn't do if you let me know. Oh, and I can't keep it in. I can't hide it and I can't lock it away. I'm up for your love. Love heats my blood. Blood spins my head and my head falls in love. that won't do. No, lover, I wanna have you here by my side. Now don't you run, don't you hide while I'm with you. Oh, and I can't keep it in, I can't keep it in, I've gotta let it out. I've gotta show the world's gotta see all the love that's in me. I said, why walk alone? Now why worry when it's warm over here? You've got so much to say what you mean what you think anything. Why not? Now why not?
That wasn't Carl Matthews, that was Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
We're going to have more from Carl Matthews in a bit. Turns out he's done songs about pretty much everybody that's ever been in EastEnders.
He's got a great back catalogue.
Don't make me laugh, because this is it's a very serious story, but it's also got a nice twist in it, so we can laugh, actually. It is a very sad story. Last week we heard the story, or when I was off, you were doing this, were you? Of a mum of 3 from Hemel Hempstead. She's made a bucket list of things to do with her children after she was diagnosed with incurable cancer. Emma Young, who's 36, doesn't want to be told how long she's got left to live, but she did tell Justin Dealey she was hoping to create memories that her kids could hold on to when she's gone.
The main one is to take the kids to Disneyland Paris, and that's in the process of being booked as we speak. It's just little things, really, the One Direction concert, Cadbury World, Legoland. It's just all about making memories for the kids, getting photos that I can keep, and then when the time comes, they can look back and, we've made memories.
Tell us more about your children.
My children are beautiful. I've got Gracie, who's nearly 16, Louis, who's 10, and Daisy, who's 8, and they're brilliant.
And how do you live your life not knowing how long you've got? Hopefully it's going to be as long as possible. That's what you want. But how do you wake up every day and try and live your life not knowing how much longer you've got left on this planet?
It's hard. It's very strange. I do get up and I do look at life differently now. Yeah, you have to not really think about it, because I think if you think too much about it, you'd go a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
So I just get up and I do what I normally do. I'm a mum. I do my mum things, and you try not to think about it. It's a weird one.
Because when something like this happens, you really do find out who your true friends are, don't you?
You do, yeah. But it's a hard thing. A lot of people don't know what to say as well. And I've always said from the beginning, just treat me normally, speak to me normally. Because I'm still me.
Oh, it's such a sad story. I mean, an amazing outlook from her. But me and Justin are both just talking. We've experience with people who've had or have got cancer, and it's so random. It's so random. She sounds delightful, and she sounds like she's got her head screwed on.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't want to know how long she's got left to live. And she said to me when I got round there that, I might get emotional. Please, bear with me. I'm sorry if I do. I said, sorry if you get emotional. Don't be sorry, don't be ridiculous. But she also said, because she looks so healthy, I mean, if you saw Emma at the moment walking down the street, you wouldn't think there was anything wrong with her. And she says, I do feel like a bit of a fraud at the moment, that there's all these people giving me money.
Isn't that interesting?
And I just said, well, that's a really interesting take on it. She said that people have been coming up to her in local pubs and giving her a big hug, and she says everywhere she goes at the moment that there's such a close community now in Hemel because of this, that a lot of people are coming up to her on the street.
So this funding page,
yeah.
This was set up by, it wasn't set up by her?
No, it was set up by one of her best friends.
Yeah.
This was set up on the 30th of June, so not very long ago. It's this GoFunding page.
Yeah.
The target was £10,000.
Yeah.
And I thought, it's a lovely target. Hopefully they're going to get to this target, but it might not happen. Well, this week, fantastic news. That target has been broken.
Boom.
Now standing over £10,000. That's because somebody who wishes to remain anonymous has come forward and donated £5,500, which is absolutely incredible.
That's fantastic.
She'll now be getting those memories with her children, because that's what she wants. She wants her children to be able to look back in photograph albums of her mum. And we're talking about a young lady here who's 36 years old.
Emma Young, we're going to speak to her a little bit later on in the show, and You know, it's something that's kind of happening. It's just
You don't hear about these things, do
No.
you? We obviously know about the film called Bucket List, but this is actually happening for real. This is a young mother, very young mother in Hemel Hempstead who just wants to spend however long she's got left enjoying her life with her children.
Justin, thank you for that. We're going to speak to him a little bit later on. I'm just going to break things up a little bit. There we
Call
go.
03459 455 555.
And then-
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Then I'm going to play this song by Carl Matthews.
Oh.
It's called Sonia Fowler.
Yes.
What's it about?
I guess it's going to have the line, Sonia Fowler,
Reggae
style."
music.
Shall I read the description of it?
Please.
Because maybe let's set the tone. So this is what he's written underneath it. This is, if you type in Carl Matthews, EastEnders, these songs come up. I've already sent him an email. It's called Sonia Fowler. This is a slang 10 rhythm, like YouTube.
Pardon?
Under Miss Slang 10, the year 1985, Carl Matthews did the version in May 2006. The one of the dancehall tune Upbeat. I'll make a song about her, actor of EastEnders. This is a wicked bad tune for the next artist to sing on my track, to pay me if you like.
What's the slang 10?
I'm not totally sure what a slang tag is.
I'm very street and I don't even know that term.
If you've got a slang 10, call me now.
Here we go. This is Sonia Fowler.
Reggae style.
Hang on. I don't... There we go. Shh. Hang on a second. I don't think there's anything there. I think he wants me to pay £1 for something. Oh, I've got the wrong fader up here.
Slaughter styling at the reggae music.
Go on.
Go back. Side the wrong. Here we go.
Sonia Fowler, Natalie Cassidy. Sonia Fowler, Natalie
You've got so much rhythm.
In the slaughter styling at the reggae music from the BBC Elstree, a Borewood styler.
I'm
gonna It's like in the Sonia Fowler and the Kevin Wicks like in the slang thing sing. The slaughter like in the under Miss Slang thing. Says Sonia Fowler.
Sonia Fowler. What's going on with the keyboard, sir? Right, hang on.
Does he play everything himself, or has he got a band?
He does one about Dot as well.
He does
No,
one
he
about
doesn't.
He does. Now, he's got loads of... I mean, is this one about Perry Fenwick? He's got loads of people on here I don't know because I don't watch EastEnders. But let's do the Dot.
Has he got any Patty Butcher?
This is my... Shall I read the introduction, or are you guys not going to listen?
I'll listen.
Read it.
This is my dance gospel new hymns with her name is Jew Brown on Ward Christian Soldiers. On Ward Christian Soldiers. Some words. What a friend we have in Jesus. Is still dancehall music for the concert. This has taken a very bizarre twist, hasn't it? This one's simply entitled June Brown.
That's her actual name, though.
Correct.
Not her character name.
Could be confusing.
As Dot Brennan, she's a nice lady. Dot Brennan, June Brown. She born 1927, February 16, after Valentine's Day. Be a number one of EastEnders, Wendy Richards.
Hang on a minute, I have to... What? Hang on a second. Can I just go back to the date of birth thing? Hang on.
27 February 16, after Valentine's Day.
Oh, after Valentine's Day. Apologies, after.
EastEnders, Wendy Richards, Pauline Fowler, EastEnders, reggae music.
EastEnders, reggae music. BBC Three Counties Radio, home of the hits.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
No incidents to report on the M1 or the A1M so far this morning. If you're heading towards London on the North Circular at Bounds Green, it's queuing going west between the Clockhouse interchange and New Southgate. In Bedford, expect some delays later this morning on Paula Radcliffe Way, the A6 at Cutthroat Lane and Clapham Road through the roadworks. No problems on the trains. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts, and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 6:30. I'm Simon Oxley. An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mother with an incurable cancer. 36-year-old Emma Young from Hemel Hempstead wants to spend her final months enjoying activities with her 3 children. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. And people living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws to chop down trees during the night near their homes. Network Rail say they have to carry out essential safety work without disrupting train services.
3 Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump gold medalist Greg Rutherford competes tomorrow. It will be the first time Farah has raced in Britain since doping allegations surrounding his coach. Bolt has given his backing to his fellow Olympic champion.
I'm sorry for Mo because every day I hear these in the papers. They're trying to tear him down. And I think he works so hard to get where he is for somebody's mistake to be causing him problems. So for me, I just really hope that he doesn't take it too serious or he doesn't make it stress him out.
Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. 36-year-old Kewell, who won 56 caps for Australia, retired last year and has been running a youth academy in his home country. The pre-season friendlies continue tomorrow. Watford head to Scotland to face Dundee United. Milton Keynes Dons are away to Barnet. Luton play their first home friendly as they host Coventry. And Stevenage are at home to one of manager Teddy Sheringham's former clubs, Millwall. Elsewhere, West Ham scraped through to the Europa League third qualifying round after beating Malta's Birkirkara on penalties. Chris Froome came through the 18th stage of the Tour de France unscathed to maintain his hold on the yellow jersey. Froome maintained his 3-minute lead.
The guys have just ridden out of their skin, and I just hope these next 2 stages, they're going to be really key to this year's Tour de France. I hope we can just get through the best we can.
And practice starts this morning for Sunday's Hungarian Grand Prix. Hertfordshire's Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 17 points after his win at Silverstone. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 7.
Special request, Mickey Miller, Joe Shosh, 2007. Mickey Miller, Joe Shosh. In a dance style, let's sing about him. He was born 1982, January 20th, 2 days before my birthday. Carl Matthews, 12 years older than him, saying Mickey Miller, and a Charlie G. Hawkins style, saying Mickey Miller, Joe Shosh. In the Carl Matthews, he's working from the BBC Elstree Studios on the 3rd of August 2005. Same, Mickey Miller style. Let's talking in the version. Hail Jaman, Mickey Miller, Joe Shosh.
Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Your face
money's off.
I think it's just got politically correct.
Shut up and listen.
A diddly diddly bong.
Variety.
Not Bush.
The reason a cat claws your lap because it's fighting to sit on a snake.
We don't want to go from a sleazy country to a slutty country.
Am I allowed to say sex? Yes. A guzzler.
Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. I've got to say, Kelly, it's great to have you back.
Thank you, player.
Thank you, player. Oh. And thank you to Oasis there. Now,
Wow.
guys, we don't do this very often. We got a magician coming in, by the way. Pete Heat, he came in about a month ago. He's brilliant. Cards on the table. He's a little bit of a mate. We don't hang out. I've met him 7 times in my life. Does that class as friendship? In my book, it does. But the problem with him when he came in last time is we didn't have our crown jewels on display. Well, I did, but that's because they were very swollen due to an incident that I cannot go into for legal reasons. We didn't have Justin Dealey with us. Justin Dealey is with us today. Justin Dealey gets confused by the fly away Peter, fly away Paul thing that I do.
And he believes in magic.
Yeah. I'm genuinely worried that that punches could be thrown. You know when we play the jumping out on each other and scaring each other game? We all go, ah! Oh! Justin immediately goes into fight stance. Both fists come up, step goes back, and there's just that, his eyes, just for a second, go blank.
Do you remember when I hid in the stationery cupboard?
Yep.
He nearly chinned me.
Yeah. And I'm just worried, if Pete Heat does anything that's too amazing, like a really basic card trick, or that trick he does where he turns the lottery into money, Dealey's going to chin him and then put him in a sack and try to drown him.
And then go, I'm sorry, I just didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, you should have seen it coming. Anyway, we're going to play, we've got one quick round of this.
Oh, good.
One quick round of this. Seagull's gash.
What?
Seagull's gash. Kelly.
Is that all one word, seagulls?
Seagulls is one word.
Good.
I'm being slightly disingenuous. I'll read the full thing. Seagull's gash 2. Kelly, what do you think a seagull's gash might be? I'm going to pass on that one. Catherine, you can give us an answer that won't get us taken off the air, bearing in mind that the local MPs are listening and they're not happy with us.
But then again, it's my last day, so I don't care. I could start early. I think it's about seagulls swooping and going for people's ice creams, right? Missing. And you know how seagulls don't trim their nails? Like slipping on the ice cream and taking the face off.
Yeah, she's right. It's a really serious story, Kelly. So your smutty giggling earlier on was actually quite misplaced.
Mm.
Maybe you'd like to apologise to the woman and her little boy.
And the seagull.
No, not the seagulls. Seagulls are the enemy. Seagulls gash 2. Seagulls gashed a woman's head and nearly ripped off a little boy's finger. Now, that's like me coming in and saying, oh, man, do you know what happened to me last night? I nearly died. Well, I didn't die. I'm still alive. And by nearly died, I mean I bumped my head. Oh, Kath, last night I nearly died.
Did you?
No, well, no. Oh. Nearly died would be like, going in a coma or something. Bumped my head.
Did you, though?
I did not last night. Well, maybe I did. Sue Atkins, what's it to you? None of your business. We've been so nosy about my life and health and wealth. Sue Atkinson, 66, was dive-bombed and pecked in Cornwall. She said, I'm from Cornwall. It was like a scene from The Birds. I was oozing blood. Oozing blood?
Oozing, no.
I was oozing blood. James Bryce, 4, was badly cut by a gull's beak. Oh, it's gone from him nearly having a finger ripped off to being badly cut. Come on, 4-year-olds, man up. As it swooped to try to grab his sausage roll 15 miles away.
Oh, I do like a sausage roll.
Dad Alex said, he's no petrified of them. 2 dogs and a tortoise have been killed by the scavenging birds in recent weeks. Now, do you know what this is? Right, and I've noticed this a lot. Do you know what's happening?
Yeah.
So, in the past year, the mainstream media has encouraged us to start hating lazy firefighters always going on strike because they want better paying conditions and they want the pensions they were promised when they signed up. We're being programmed to hate doctors because they don't want to open their GP surgeries on a Sunday at 5 o'clock. Now, next on the list, completing the holy trilogy, Trinity G, seagulls.
I've got a theory on this one too.
Go on, mate. Give us.
What was the hate figure, the animal world hate figure of last summer?
Oh, it was. No, I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was Osama bin Spider.
Yes.
Osama bin Spider.
The spiders have been done. They're sorted. They're out of here. Everyone squashed them, put them in jars, killed them, and been terrified of them.
Yeah.
Now it's on to the seagulls, because you know what's happening here? Silly season has begun.
Yeah,
okay.
They are massive, though.
What spiders?
No, seagulls.
Seagulls, they are big.
I saw one the other day and I thought, that's like a horse.
That was a horse, mate. I saw a really big bird when I was in Birmingham the other day. They eat a lot up there. Ha 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 ha! No, but flying bird was massive. Honestly, it was the size of Littleham, your youngest. And I tried to take a picture of it. I did take a picture of it, but it wasn't standing next to a 50p piece or anything. So there was no comparison. So it just looked like a bird. And I thought, well, how do I make this bird look big? So I tried to enlarge the picture.
Then that's cheating.
But it's cheating. These birds are so deceptive. Yes, I say, let's shoot them.
What, the seagulls?
The firemen.
Oh, no.
No, the seagulls, the seagulls.
We need the firemen.
Speaking of pies.
Oh.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
It's a soft G. It's like you don't pronounce the Moog synthesizer Moog. You pronounce it Kelly, you pronounce it Kelly, you pronounce it Kelly.
Moog.
Moog.
Right. Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yes.
soft G. Does that mean his sister's called Maggie?
No, she's called Maggie.
Well, she needs
She's
to be
called
consistent.
Maggie. She's called Maggie Gyllenhaal.
She needs to be consistent
She
with the
is.
G's.
They've got the same surname, Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, but they need to make a decision on the G's.
Do
it or don't do it.
Do you want G's with that or not? No, I'm full.
Hold the G's.
One of my favourite Harry Enfield sketches. He's very hit and miss now, but he did one a few years ago. It's brilliant. You know the Beatles, We're Bigger Than Jesus?
Yeah.
They did a sketch about the Beatles still being 1964 mop tops, but now in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And the one playing Lennon goes, well, we're bigger than cheeses. And then there's a big furore because the Beatles have claimed they're bigger than cheeses.
Gosh.
No?
That's a funny
Anyway.
joke.
Jake Gyllenhaal has revealed he's a secret fan of Baker's Dregs.
Oh.
Greggs. The US actor...
What time does it open?
What, Gyllenhaal's?
Mm-hmm.
The US actor... Is anyone listening to us today?
I'm not.
Me neither. The US actor visits a branch every time he's in Britain and is hooked on the £1.99 baguettes.
Well, he's not tried the sausage roll.
He's not... He's not 34. How is Gyllenhaal younger than me? Said, hey, Greggs baguettes.
Why is this in the paper, though?
Well, not only is it in the paper, there's a whole story about him eating Greggs baguettes. And then it says, the Sun says, turn to page 10. So they've even put an opinion piece in it. You too can have a body like Jake Gyllenhaal's because
Can
the
they?
ripped movie... Yeah, they're giving it away with tokens. The ripped movie star has now revealed his diet secret. I eat Greggs baguettes, he says. Which is great news for those of us already committed to the same regime.
I think I'd look a bit funny with Jake Gyllenhaal's body on.
Whoa, you'd love it though, hey?
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Dunstable, for a police investigation, Paws Avenue is closed between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, so there's no access onto the Woodside Industrial Estate, probably for most of the morning. On the M25, it looks heavy between junctions 16 for the M40 and 15 for the M4. It looks like there's been an accident on the Hold Shoulder about halfway along. People slowing down to look at that. On the M25 anti-clockwise, it's building up between junction 20 for Kings Langley and 19 for Watford. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Yeah, nice one, Tom. Thank you, man. Yeah, nice one, Tom. Thank you, man. Maybe Wendy Rowe is right. It's time to hang it all up. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mum with an incurable cancer. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. And people living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws overnight near their homes. Let's get the weather!
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Yes, thanks very much indeed. It's looking pretty miserable for the three counties today. At the moment, a dry start, although we've just started to see a little showery line developing, a very, very narrow one. If you're towards Stevenage, you probably can see it, maybe even just north of Luton, but elsewhere it's dry at the moment. But we've got rain knocking on the door. It's out towards Oxfordshire at the moment. It is heading our way. And once it starts to set in, looks like it's going to be heavy and persistent for the rest of the day today. We do now, of course, have a Met Office weather warning in force from midday today until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. A good 10 to 12 hours of persistent and heavy rain through the latter part of the morning into the afternoon and overnight tonight. But in fact, we'll have some showery bits and pieces before that even starts to set in. And some spots are going to have 25 millimetres or more of rain. That's an inch, but some spots will get even more than that by the time it all clears away this evening, in the early hours of tomorrow morning. A pretty difficult commute for you this evening. We'll have a lot of surface spray on the roads, and not only that, as it all clears away, the winds are going to pick up as well. So in the early hours of tomorrow morning, wind gusts of 40 miles an hour. It will clear by tomorrow morning. A much, much better day for you tomorrow. Dry, some sunshine, 18 or 19 degrees after a high today of just 15 degrees in some spots. A dry start on Sunday, but rain in the afternoon.
Special guest, a peripheric style of EastEnders, Billy Mitchell, Steve Farden as Phil Mitchell, a member of Family Style, Joshua Pascu as Ben Mitchell, Kathy Murphy as Julie Perkins style. What's going on, say? Peripheric style, EastEnders as a Billy Mitchell, in the dance hall, in the Robert style, in the reggae music, in the Walker Scout style, in the Joshua and the
Every weekday from 3.
The East of England Ambulance Service are urging us to stay safe in the heat and take sensible precautions. Barry is in Bedford. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Rob. Right, I've got a little story about bad breath, and it's quite embarrassing, really, but I do
Don't be embarrassed.
Roberto Peroni.
Yeah, we kiss them and cuddle them. And
No, you don't kiss an animal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you've started an online petition to raise money to pay the Greek debt.
That's right. I was fed up with politicians going round in circles, and I thought, you know what, let's just crack on and let's see if we can do something here.
Roberto Peroni. Weekdays from 3 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
I've really got to work on my eyesight. I was convinced I had the song... I'm being all flash there, and I'm convinced I had the song queued up.
Yeah, I thought you were being bold there.
I've been very bold there, never mind. Shh.
I work on the front line. I work to survive. And I sleep in a fever. So this is my life. I cry in my sleep. Cry boy. Just makes me weep when I try how I try. I know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. I'm looking for reasons. Day in, day out. Trying too hard. He's trying too hard. Moving in circles. Too hard. Don't get very far. Don't get very far. There's hope in your eyes. Hope in his eyes. I don't need a religion. Too hot, too hot. 'Cause this love never dies. Love never dies. I believe in today. Believe, boy, believe, boy. It's better that way when you work through the night. And I know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. Take me up, oh, you take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high. Now I never wanna come back down. I cry in my sleep. Cry boy, just makes me weep when I try how I try. I know what it means to work hard on machines. It's a labor of love, so please don't ask me why. You take me up, oh, you take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high, now I never wanna come back down. You take me up, oh, you take me up to a higher ground. You take me up so high.
Ladies and gentlemen, Evil has walked into the building. Evil is approaching the studio. Evil is wearing a hat. It's the world's most evil magician. It's Mr. Pete Heat. Morning, Pete.
Good morning.
Nice
hello.
to see you.
Nice to see you.
But have you had a baby?
I might have. Yeah.
Doesn't look it, does he? Very slim.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if you have, congratulations. Why can't you take the hat? Now, the only reason men wear hats is because they're going bald.
I'm not. Check
You
it out. Check it out.
You can't go bald.
No, look at that. I've got a virile mane. Is that a thing that people say?
Now, how quickly could you pull one off for me?
Excuse me.
Could you knock one out now?
A magic trick?
Yes. Do you need to prepare?
Give me 2 seconds.
I tell you why. Because Justin Dealey wasn't here last time.
Yeah.
Justin Dealey is our roving reporter.
Yeah.
He is here this time. And you've seen the nonsense. I mean, apologies in advance. He's been harassing you on Twitter. He's been quite threatening, the tone he's taken. He thinks you people coming over here with your magic tricks are demons.
He's right. Yeah. I wish I could defend myself.
We're slightly concerned about the reaction he might elicit when you blow his mind, because he's I would say a violent man, but he has got a trigger arm.
He's not a violent man, he's a stupid man. And that can lead to violence.
I jumped out on him once and he nearly chinned me.
No, he's not. He's a top bloke, and you are genuinely going to blow his mind. In that case, we'll get you to do something after 7 with him. Don't do anything with him before that.
Okay.
If he corners you, all right, Pete. In fact, it's Justin out there. Let's get Justin in, because I want him to meet Pete.
He's mooching.
He's mooching. Here he comes. But don't. He'll try and get you to do something in front of him. Don't. Okay. Because look. Deals, come in, sit down by the blue light, mate.
No.
No, don't worry. You can come and share with. Come in the studio. What's wrong?
Come and sit here. Come and sit here.
What's wrong?
Justin, come here.
Just no. It's okay. I'm just psyching myself up for this.
Why won't you? Justin is sat outside the studio. Why won't you come in?
Because I don't think there should be that close proximity between now and the trick.
What does that even mean in English? There shouldn't be
No,
that close
hang on a minute.
proximity
Hang on.
between now.
No, listen, I want as little to do with Pete. Pete, morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Great swag.
This is very tense already.
I don't want to be too close to Pete between now and the trick, because I don't want him to get into my mind.
But he was going to do one on you now.
Well, no, he needs a second.
I was told 10 to 8. That's what my agent told me. 10 to 8.
I like the way you say the trick, as though he can only do one trick. Okay. This guy can.
How long's the trick going to take now? Is it going to be a simple one?
No, he needs a little bit of time to kind of just feel the energy of the room, the studio.
This
is exactly what I'm saying out of the room.
Yeah.
I'm taking this seriously, guys.
Can I just ask one thing, right?
Yeah.
Pete, Justin, just look each other in the eyes.
No, I'm not doing that. No, because he will then gain an advantage over me for later on.
Gosh.
I'm being deadly serious.
We know you are.
I know.
Listen, you're going to be recording this, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to look stupid. I do not want Pete gaining the upper hand on me.
Mate, he's already...
No, he hasn't, because I'm not looking at him. I'm deliberately... I drove around the corner to get some cigarettes a moment ago. And, yeah, I know.
What,
and,
during showtime?
Yeah, showtime. And I saw Pete walking down the road, and already... it started to affect me.
Pete, when you meet people like this, what are you feeling? What are you picking up from Justin?
I'm picking up fear, slight hostility. I don't know how to handle it.
No one does. It's probably best. Listen, okay.
Pete, don't look. No, don't look.
After 7 o'clock, we'll get you back in at Pete Heat if you want to follow him on Twitter. He's genuinely you are my favourite magician. I'm working with John Archer. I've just discovered in a couple of months, and he's good. You're better than that guy. You're better than Archer.
Well, we'll see.
He fooled Penn and Teller.
He probably did.
Right, listen, we're going to speak to you in a little bit. Justin, go and have a cheeky growler because you're going to need as much strength as you can humanly get. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much indeed. 03459 455 555.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Dunstable, Paws Avenue is closed because of an accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, so there's no access onto the Woodside Industrial Estate at the moment, and probably for most of the morning while the investigation work goes on. On the M25, anti-clockwise, it's heavy between junction 16 for the M40 and 15 for the M4 after an accident in the hard shoulder about halfway along. That's now been cleared away. Also anti-clockwise, it's busy between junction 20 for Kings Langley and 19 for Watford. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much. I know what you're thinking if you missed it last time. Magic on the radio, that ain't going to work, trust me. It will do. And even if that doesn't do it for you, Dealey's reaction will. We're going to film... I'm tempted just to film Dealey's face. I don't even want to see the trick. I just want to see Dealey's face as he realises everything he's known is wrong. 03459 455 555. Let's get the news. Here's Simon.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7 o'clock. The headlines: over £10,000 pledged to help terminally ill Hertfordshire mum. Obama urges Britain to stay in the EU. And St Albans residents complain about overnight chainsaws.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mother with an incurable cancer. 36-year-old Emma Young from Hemel Hempstead wants to spend her final months enjoying activities with her 3 children. And the online fund, set up by a friend, has so far raised over £10,000.
The main one is to take the kids to Disneyland Paris. It's just little things really, the One Direction concert, Cadbury World, Legoland. It's just all about making memories for the kids, getting photos that I can keep, and then when the time comes they can look back and we've made memories.
President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. Downing Street said it was right for the British people to have the final say in a referendum. In a BBC interview, Mr Obama said America wanted to make sure that Britain continued to have influence.
Having the United Kingdom in the European Union gives us much greater confidence about the strength of the transatlantic union and is part of the cornerstone of institutions built after World War II that has made the world safer and more prosperous. And we want to make sure that the United Kingdom continues to have that influence.
A study commissioned by the charity Age UK has concluded that harmful drinking among people aged over 50 is a middle-class phenomenon. The researchers found that older people classed as successful, with higher incomes, higher educational achievements and active social lives, were more likely to drink at levels posing an increased risk to their health. A woman from Milton Keynes is due in court today after being arrested for failing to appear for sentence last Friday. 47-year-old Tina Beloved Powerful was found guilty a month ago of fraud and false advertising. She came to prominence when Harvard University in America sued over her Harvard School website. Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. It follows flooding in the Stevenage area last week, which blocked a number of roads and affected homes. People living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws to chop down trees during the night. Network Rail say they have to carry out essential safety work without disrupting train services. They've apologised but say it's unavoidable. One of the people affected is Gemma Welsh from Milehouse Lane.
Two chainsaws going at full pelt for several hours. I mean, there were people out in the pyjamas on the street wanting to know what was happening. And I just don't think this is acceptable.
In sport, Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. And Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. The weather, rain spreading from the southwest, which will become heavy this afternoon, a maximum temperature 16 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Thank you, Simon. Morning, Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. If you've just tuned in, well, you've missed Carl Matthews. We'll have more Carl Matthews in a bit, I think. Reggae style. Pete Heat is here. He's just the best magician I've ever met. I love magic. He's brilliant. He's going to blow Dealey's mind. He's also available for weddings, parties, funerals, I guess. If you want to lighten the mood a bit, why not? Why don't they have entertainers at funerals? Because that's the time you really need entertaining, not parties. Everyone's happy at parties. It's at funerals. You notice they're all crying and stuff. Get an entertainer in. As always, happy to play rock, scissors and paper on the air if that's what you want. You know, it's Kath's last day. She's leaving us. So, you know, we're just kind of messing around, really.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
03459 455 555. Now, I was off last week, so I missed this story, but I've been speaking to Justin about it, and, well, gosh, you know, isn't it worth covering? It's the story of Emma Young. She's from Hemel. She's 36, she's got 3 kids and no idea how much longer she's got to live after being told her cancer is incurable. What she does know is that she's going to give her children some wonderful memories to hold on to thanks to the generosity of friends and, well, just like loads of strangers and stuff. Emma joins me now. Morning, Emma.
Hi, morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. Now, I missed this story last week, so apologies if I ask anything that Justin covered when he spoke to you.
Don't worry.
And again, as I always say, if I ask anything you don't want to answer, you can tell me to jog on and I won't be offended and we'll move on. When did you find out you had cancer?
I was diagnosed with primary breast cancer on the 2nd of May 2014.
Okay.
And then 5 days later I found out that it was secondary.
And secondary means that there's not really a lot they can do about it. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. It's incurable.
Okay. And you don't know how long you've got to live, do you?
No, I've never asked. I've always said I don't want to know.
Can I ask why? Because that's a really interesting decision to have made. Why did you make that decision?
Because they give you... Well, they base it on an example of a lot of other people in a similar situation to yourself.
Yeah.
I just thought if they tell me I've got 5 years, for example, you know, you're going to count down to that day, and then what happens if you're still alive and kicking? You know, how do you cope with that? And then what do you do? So I just figure that I don't want to know, and then I just live my life as I was before.
You've got 3 kids. Can I ask how old your kids are?
Yeah, one's 15, a 10 and 8.
Oh, blimey, you got your hands full, haven't you?
Yeah.
And what boys or girls?
Oldest and youngest is a girl,
Yeah.
and the middle is a boy.
Okay, you've got a boy breaking it up in the middle. How do they know everything that's going on? Are they? I mean, they're old enough, aren't they? I would imagine that they'd be able to understand what's happening. Have you told them?
The youngest one doesn't really know, to be honest.
Right.
It's a bit too much for her to comprehend.
Yeah.
Middle one knows that I've got cancer. Freaked him out for a little while, but he's all right now.
Yeah.
And the older one knows exactly everything that's going on. So, she sort of took it in her stride, really, but you can't really hide it from them. It's, it's too hard.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. And I was speaking to Justin earlier off air, and both of us have had people in our lives who've had cancer or who have got cancer, and it's such a horrible disease. You're trying to do something really special. Well, you're not trying. You are doing something very special for your kids, aren't you?
Well, I am now. Yeah, thanks to the generosity of everybody, I'm able to sort of fulfil my bucket list and make memories for the kids.
So what is your... Because a bucket list, this is kind of like a new phrase. It's a list of things that people want to do before they die, basically.
Yeah, that's it.
And what's on yours?
Well, the main one of mine is to take the kids to Disneyland Paris.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's nice there. They'll love that. We went there last year. It's very nice. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, well, I actually booked it on Monday.
Oh, did you book it?
Yes.
Oh, when are you going?
The 23rd of August.
Oh, fantastic. Here's my one word of advice. Anyone who goes to Disneyland Paris, right? All the characters, the cartoon characters, and you'll see Mickey Mouse and you'll see Mary Poppins, and they're all there, right? And they're brilliant. The people that are selling you coffees and sandwiches in the Disneyland Paris, they're a little bit cold, I think, is the thing. So go there, because I wasted a morning being really grumpy that they were being grumpy. Go there knowing that, and it won't get in your way. How long are you going for?
3 nights.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, you're going to love that. That's brilliant. Is there anything else on the list?
There's a few things, really, yeah. I wanted to have dinner at the Shard.
Yeah.
I want to take the kids to Legoland, to Cadbury World.
Yeah.
It's nothing really big, I mean, apart from Disneyland, but it's just little things that I'd like to do with them, and we get photographic memories, and they can look back in years to come and remember everything.
It's about the memories, isn't it? I suppose yeah, these are great things to go and do, but it's so they can look back in years to come, and they'll have the picture of the whole family next to Mickey Mouse, which is well worth queuing up for. But also, they'll remember it. They will cherish those memories, won't they?
That's right, and they're all old enough now that they won't forget. I think obviously thinking about not being here with them is horrible. But I know that when I do go, they're all old enough and they won't forget me. I won't just be a memory as such.
And you can afford to do this because your mate set up a kind of donation page. Is it right? Your friend set that up, the donation page.
Yeah, my friend Amy. Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, did you know she was doing it? And if not, what did you feel when she told you?
She asked me if she could set up a fundraising page.
Yeah.
And I just thought she meant, she'd hold a pub quiz and get 50 quid or something.
Yeah.
So when it sort of went as mad as it did, it was crazy.
And it has gone mad, isn't it? You were kind of hovering around the 3,000-4,000. And then an anonymous donation of is it $5,500 came in?
Yeah, on Tuesday evening.
And do you know who it is, and they just don't want their name said, or is it a complete stranger?
No, I don't know who it is.
Isn't that mad?
It is crazy, yeah.
And doesn't it restore your faith in humankind? That someone would do that.
It does. I mean, I think I'm still in a bit of shock. It's just crazy that someone's done that for us and they don't even know us. They might know us. I don't know them. It's just, it's just enabled me to be able to do so much more with the kids. It's crazy.
And you've got no way. Have you been able to send them an email through the site thanking them, or because I'd be going, who is it? Is it you, Joanne? Is it you who's done this?
Yeah, no, Amy can do that because she's admin of the page. She actually goes back and she'll send an email of thanks to all the people that have donated. I've just sort of put a general one on Facebook so, that people on there see it. But
it's amazing, isn't it? It is amazing. And Justin was telling me off air, that, or maybe he said it on air actually, that you feel a bit of a fraud because you're all right.
Yeah. Because I look all right, and I'm still doing everything I was doing before, and I feel quite a fraud because I feel people think that I should be ill and bald and have steroid face again. Yeah. I've been there, I've done that, and I've come through the other side. Luckily, touch wood, So I'm just going to embrace it now, do everything I can while I'm still fit and healthy, and then, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
It's an amazing attitude, and I hope that doesn't sound patronising saying that, but, everyone here has been touched by illness and death, fairly recently, and it does change your outlook on things. Your kids are very lucky to have a mum like you.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing a brilliant job, and you're gonna love it. We go to Legoland quite a bit, and it's it's nuts there. It's just nuts. It's really good fun. Emma, it's really nice to talk to you. Keep in touch with us and let us know how things go, won't you?
We will, yeah.
All right, brilliant. Have a nice time in Disneyland, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. There we go. What a lovely lady. 03459 455 555. This is true about Disneyland. I'm not trying to throw a downer on her experience. The Euro Disney, the staff that sell the teas and the coffees, and they're so miserable. Now I know that's
French.
France, right? But I thought once you entered the gates of Disney, you were you were in America, you were in the fantasy Disneyland. You're in France, and boy oh boy, they let you know you're in France.
Let me tell you something about the French.
Please
right?
do, mate.
They wanted Disneyland because they wanted it, but they were quite happy when it wasn't doing very well at first.
Yeah.
Because Mickey Mouse is kind of the emblem of everything that is changing their culture, and they don't like it.
The thing is, if you complain, all they do is say,
"Tough, mate."
That's it.
What's he saying there?
Tough, mate.
Tough, mate.
But there's it doesn't have any even hint of a T in that mate.
Tough, mate.
There you go, you see.
Gosh, my laugh really is.
That's if you missed that, that's from the podcast. We recorded some extra bits for the podcast, but normally we record like 5 minutes of extra bits for the podcast. We did about 25 minutes yesterday, and it's all that. Can I just have a clip of him going off, mate, as well, please?
Yeah, man.
Thank you, man. It got really weird, so you'll want to download the podcast this week. 03459 455 555. We got any texts?
I'm getting messages now saying you're not leaving, are you? And I'm saying yes, I am.
Yeah, it's the last day today.
For 2 weeks.
I tell you what we've got. The next story is it's dry. Who's eating?
Everyone.
If it's Pete, it's okay. If it's not Pete, then you're
No,
back.
yeah, it's Pete. It's Pete.
Oh,
Pete. It's Pete. Can you stop eating?
Unbelievable. He's a guest. He's a guest. He's all right. The next story, I'll be honest, is a bit boring and a bit dry. We'll do it. All filler, no killer. But then maybe we can get Pete in before 5:30 to do a
we can definitely do that.
cheeky little
If
trickette.
you stop eating for 1 second.
A cheeky little trickette on Justin Dealey. 81333. Start your text 3CR. Let's get the trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Dunstable, there's been a serious accident on Paws Avenue. It's closing the road between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, so there's no access for vehicles to the Woodside Industrial Estate, and we expect that to stay in place probably for most of the morning. The M25 going anti-clockwise, heavy between junction 20 for Kings Langley and 19 for Watford. Also anti-clockwise, starting to get busy between junction 17 for Maple Cross and 16 for the M40. No problems I can see on the trains. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Morning, it's 7:15. It's BBC Three Counties Radio. These are your headlines. An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mum with an incurable cancer. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. And people living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws overnight near their homes.
Treasure Quest on BBC Three Counties Radio.
I don't want this show to be censored. You've got a clean house.
No.
So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to text in whatever you want to me.
Hello. Sorry. Guys here.
Are you all right for all this? Gosh, I thought we were going to have our first live death.
Saturday mornings from 9.
I'm going to help the female section of the quiz this morning.
All Les will do is just not let you have part 2.
In a new feature, let's find out. Ernie, how are you in your big rubbery face?
It's a cross between Jacques Pat. Hang on.
Treasure Quest every Saturday morning from 9 on BBC Three Counties Radio. Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Silly story, let's do it. The good news is the bad news. The bad news is there's going to be loads of roadworks on the motorways. If you drive up the M1, as I have to do every flipping week, It's all 50 miles an hour.
Boring, isn't it?
It's all boring. When are they going to make it back to 106 miles an hour? The good news is that the Highways Agency is going to put up some jolly signs to make your experience more enjoyable. Now, if anybody has seen these crazy, wacky signs on the M1, have they made your... What are you eating?
I'm just finishing off a biscuit.
Last
day, mate.
I want to finish. I want to finish something off.
Go on then.
Thank you.
Don't
Done.
bother me.
Done. The signs, jolly signs, to make our journey more.
What are we going to say? If anyone's seen the signs, finish your thought, mate.
Just so you can sup. Last day, she don't care. You see why she's not going to be here next week. Catherine, what sort of messages will people be seeing?
Well, they're going to be brightly coloured orange signs with messages including "Welcome to our work zone."
Oh, for crying out loud!
No one likes a tailgater.
That's...
Broken down.
I like an alligator. Carry on.
Okay, yeah, keep working on that. Broken down will come to you, and the best one or the worst one, depending on how cynical you are. Somebody loves you. Drive carefully.
See the welcome to the work zone again. You see all these pictures with kids wearing hard hats saying, "My daddy works here." Well, your dad works there. I bet he doesn't. No one likes a tailgater. Well, that's silly. Broken down will come to you. Well, that makes sense. I saw that and thought, well, that's sensible because that's what they do in roadworks. You don't get out. Well, you get out if you have to go and stand on the verge, but they'll come to you. Somebody loves you. Drive carefully. Oh, for crying out loud.
What if somebody doesn't love you, right? It's just a reminder that everyone's turned their back on you in life.
It's like everyone. It's like those people that hate Christmas because they messed up their lives and they've got no friends and their family don't talk to them no more, or they didn't bother to have kids. Those losers. That is going to really rub it in. This is the equivalent of Christmas every day for those slackers.
Yeah. This is the equivalent of someone shouting, "Cheer up, love.
It might never happen."
Anyway, the Highways Agency says the sign's the first of a number of measures. It's not a measure, really, is it? That will improve our customers' experience of our roads. They also hope to work with suppliers to reduce the time taken to complete roadworks. Well, that would help more, I would suggest. The bright colours will make the signs easier to read while on the move to make driving through roadworks as simple as possible. It will also create a consistent look and feel to roadworks and make them more intuitive. I mean, I don't think many people are confused by roadworks now, but I may be wrong. Go on, ask the next question.
I don't want to ask the next question. I just want to punch someone.
I mean, the sooner you do, the sooner we're done.
I don't want to finish it. I don't want to do it. Do we know how much it's going to cost?
Yes. No, I don't know. It's all part of a plan to make roadworks clearer and simpler for people to drive through. We don't know how much the signs themselves are going to cost, but it's part of a £11 billion investment into motorways and major
Well,
roads.
that figure means nothing, because that means, like, the building of the roads.
Yeah, exactly. The Highways Agency feel with so much work planned on the roads in the next 5 years, they need to make the experience of driving through roadworks better.
Who's running the Highways Agency? A 9-year-old? No, it can't be, because a 9-year-old would know that a sign saying, "Drive carefully, somebody loves you," is going to wind people up. Wind it up reggae style. Where can we see these signs?
On the roads.
All right.
Currently, it's still a trial period. There are 4 pilot schemes if you want to look out for these signs and maybe give them a nice wave or a different gesture back. You're more likely to see them on roadworks on the A21 in Kent, the A40 in Gloucestershire and the M3 in Surrey. Locally, though, you'll spot them on the M1. These roads have been chosen from a cross-section of long-term and short-term roadworks spread across England. We did hope to speak to the Highways Agency about this on the programme this morning, but they didn't have a spokesperson available and they couldn't send us a sign saying, "Jog on, mate, we're not interested."
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm done.
Is that and are we doing this again, or is that it?
I think we were going to speak to Adam Rayner, but we don't have to if you don't want to waste
no,
his time.
I like him.
He'll have something funny to say about it.
I do like him, but I'm just thinking instead of doing that, we could have done something creative and constructive. We could have.
What in a
reggae style? We could have had something like this.
I
That's Carl Matthews, who is a reggae artist who likes to write about the EastEnders crew. We're joined, Justin Dilley's joining me in the studio.
Morning, boss.
I'm loving having you in the studio.
It's nice to be here.
You're wearing a string vest?
No, not technically true.
Well, what? Okay,
I'm wearing a vest and a string jumper.
Okay, you're wearing. Well, I suggest you take the. I suggest remove the vest. All the lads are cheering. Get the blooming beers in.
You know what would happen if I took the vest off?
A nipple would get stuck.
Exactly.
Yes, okay.
And there's a lot of rubbing going on as well.
Pete Heat is here. Pete is. Are we? I mean, I keep saying, are we friends?
I wouldn't class us as friends.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. It's good to know. I retract all those statements. I retract those. We've met 7 times.
A well wisher is how I'd say it.
Who's wishing whom well?
Well, it's hard to know. But no, I'd say we're
You're
friends.
a magician. We'll give out your website if people want to go and have a look. Because
PeteHeat.co.uk. Okay. So that's PeteHeat.
Well, okay, that was almost a rap. And you're brilliant. You're going to do it, Justin. You're going to do a trick for Justin now.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple throughout the morning.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Justin? And Justin, I'm afraid you're going to have to look.
No, I will look. I just said earlier on that obviously you've got me in here this morning. Put the cameras down, guys. Come on. You've got me in here this morning to make me look stupid. Okay. I'm going to beat Pete. It's as simple as that. No. It is a competition. This is a competition to me. I will not be beaten. That's why I'm still not looking at Pete. The first time we have pure eye contact will be for the trick, and I think I'm going to suss him out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Dealey, I invite you to look at Pete as the trick begins.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just filming
Pete,
your
lovely
face.
to meet you, by the way.
Lovely to meet you. Literally not looking me in the eye. It's insane. Right, this is going to be hard. Okay. I'm actually going to get you involved as well, Ian.
Lovely.
I'm going to get. So yeah, you, Justin, you, Ian as well.
Beautiful.
So we got a couple of things. Got a pack of cards. Yep. Yeah, you guys can see that. Got the case that the cards came in.
Yep.
There's something in there. There's it's kind of a prediction inside the card case.
There's something inside that box.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put that sort of in front of you there. Just so.
Is it a winning lottery ticket?
It is not a winning lottery ticket. I'm just going to leave that in front of you, Justin, so you don't let me go.
There's a closed pack of cards in front of Justin Daly that is not. Well, you can reach it, but you couldn't open it.
You can see this video live, by the way.
Just so you can see, I'm not doing anything sneaky with it. Justin, I'm going to get you to mix the cards up. You can check they are just real cards as well.
Have a quick look. I know what you guys
are
like.
I've also got a pad of post-it notes. Ian, I want you to think of a random word. So don't say it out loud. Just think of
a random word.
It could be just an English word, and don't make it too long and mental. But it can be literally anything. Like don't say don't say anything. But don't think microphone or radio or magic, because it'd be too obvious.
Oh, okay, right.
But
So
you got a word in your mind.
Have I got a word in my mind? It's hard to think of a word.
Don't say it.
I've got a word in my mind.
Okay,
I think I know what that is.
I don't want you to.
No, I think I know what it is.
Don't show anyone yet. Don't even show the camera. Don't show Justin. Particularly, don't show me. Just write it down, and when you've done it, you can either close the pad or you can rip the post-it note out. Whatever you want.
I've been given a pen.
In fact, just so you know, I'm not looking. I'm actually going to leave the room now for a second. I'm going to give you about 10-20 seconds, and I'm going to come back in a second while you write that down.
Okay. He's
leaving the room.
He's going. No webcams or anything.
Well, has he been here yesterday?
What does that even
No,
mean?
has he been here yesterday rigging up the studio? Is there a camera behind you right now? And if there was, how would you know?
He's not rigged up.
How do you know?
I've written the word down, Pete. I've closed it. What would you like me to do? Close it or?
Now where's he gone?
What's
he gone over there for?
He's gone outside.
That was so I couldn't even look through the window.
It's closed.
Okay.
It's in there. Do you want me to take it out?
You can just put it somewhere where I can't get to it, basically.
Okay.
I'm going to put my headphones back on. All right, so Justin, you've shuffled the pack.
I have indeed, sir.
They appear to be pretty well shuffled, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Appreciate the feedback.
Okay, that's all right. Okay. Do you want me to shuffle them as well, or do you want me to leave them exactly
no, you
in
can
the
shuffle
order
those. You can shuffle those.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as I can watch.
All right. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay, so just so they genuinely are being just a bit mix up a bit more.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm happy.
All right. Okay, Justin. Should we take the top card, or should we shuffle them and you say stop somewhere? How do you want to do it?
You're being very accommodating.
Yeah,
Pete.
Pete is. He can feel the tension. Right. Okay. You pick a card, but pick it from the middle.
Pick it from the middle.
Actually,
I'll tell you what, if I mix them up,
you
just say stop as whenever you want.
Okay.
That's fair, okay, right?
Yep.
Wherever you want. So say stop somewhere.
Okay, stop.
Okay, you sure?
Yes.
Can I go further or not?
No, that's fine.
Have a look at it, but don't say it out loud.
Yep.
Okay, that's from a shuffle pack. Yeah. Everyone see what that is.
Saw you shuffle that. Justin told you when to stop.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to put that back down. I'm going to put the pack down here so I can't even look at what that was. Right.
Yeah.
All fair so far.
I'm just filming Dealey's face.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like I say, in that card box on the table, I made a little prediction.
Yeah.
And there are two bits of information here. There's a card that Justin's thinking of, yeah?
A card what? The card that you just showed?
The one that you've just seen, the one that you said stop on.
Yeah.
And there's also a word, hopefully, that Iain's thinking of.
See, now, Justin, I feel a bit tingly now. Do you feel tingly?
Well, yeah, there's something weird happening to my body.
I feel really nervous. Okay.
Yeah, I'm nervous. So it's a two-part thing, like I say. So, Justin, could you open that card case and just tip out, firstly, what it is onto the table?
This is
okay. It's a folded, just for everyone else, it's a folded playing card. It's from a different pack, obviously, because that's been in there the whole time. And there's one that I put in there earlier. Don't unfold it completely yet, but just peel back the corner. So if you turn it over, turn it. You see the corner sort of slightly lifted up. Peel that back, and just so you can see. In fact, before you do that, what was your card?
It was 2
of
hearts.
Fold that corner back and have a look at what this prediction is. No, don't open it completely. Don't open it completely. Just look. Just check it's the 2 of hearts.
Do what he says,
man. I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I've looked at it.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's it's what you chose.
Was it the 2 of hearts?
Yeah, 2 of hearts.
Okay, well, all right. Well, that's a start.
His face. Look at you doing.
And remember, that's a shuffle pack. You said you could have said stop anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I didn't want you to open it completely is there's something else. I don't know if you saw it. There's a bit of pen on there as well. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay.
No.
In fact, I don't want to take it back off me. But Iain.
Yes.
What was the word that you could have thought of any word in literally in the world? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the word? You can say it out loud. What's the
The
word?
word I've written down on this pad is chimney. Chimney.
Okay. Now, on this folded playing card that's been inside this box on the table since before you thought of the word, correct?
Yeah, it's true.
There is a word. There is a word written. Justin, can you open it up? Look what's written on the 2 of hearts.
Get out of here, chimney. How the hell did you just do that? You two have been playing this.
No, I swear to God, honestly. How did you?
So you've taken a random pack of cards. I've chosen a card.
This is a recap for those who may have missed the beginning of the trick.
Hearts. That's ended up in a box which you said was a present for me. Inside that box was a 2 of hearts with Iain's word chimney written down in your writing.
In my writing, yeah.
Wow. I'm lost for words. I can't really say anything more.
How does that make you feel as a person?
It makes me feel like I've been cheated. Because I don't know how that has happened. I don't know how you'd have got my card with your word into that box without me knowing.
We have to go to the travel in a second. How do you think he did it then?
I have got absolutely no idea.
Magic?
Yeah, it's a trick.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Heavy on the A1 going south between the A428 at Eton-Soken and the Black Cat roundabout. In Clophill on the A6 Bedford Road coming south, that's looking heavy on the sensors going towards the A507. In Dunstable, because of a serious accident, Pawes Avenue still closed between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, so you can't get onto the Woodside Industrial Estate. There's an investigation going on, so we expect that to remain shut for much of the morning. The M25 going anti-clockwise, it's heavy between junction 20 for Kings Langley and 19 for Watford, also from 17 at Maple Cross around to 16 for the M40. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 7:30. I'm Simon Oxley. One person has been seriously injured in a road crash in Bedfordshire this morning. One vehicle was involved on Pawes Avenue between Dunstable and Houghton Regis near the Woodside Industrial Estate. The injured person has been taken to Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge. Police investigations are continuing. An anonymous donor has given over £5,000 to an online fund set up to help a Hertfordshire mother with an incurable cancer. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage, and people living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws overnight near their homes.
Three Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump gold medalist Greg Rutherford competes tomorrow. It will be the first time Farah has raced in Britain since doping allegations surrounding his coach. Bolt has given his backing to his fellow Olympic champion.
I'm sorry for Mo because every day I hear these in the papers. They're trying to tear him down. And I think he works so hard to get where he is for somebody's mistake to be causing him problems. So for me, I just really hope that he doesn't take it too serious, or he doesn't make it stress him out.
Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. 36-year-old Kewell, who won 56 caps for Australia, retired last year and has been running a youth academy in his home country. The pre-season friendlies continue tomorrow. Watford head to Scotland to face Dundee United. Milton Keynes Dons are away to Barnet. Luton play their first home friendly as they host Coventry, and Stevenage are at home to one of manager Teddy Sheringham's former clubs Millwall. Elsewhere, West Ham scraped through to the Europa League third qualifying round after beating Malta's Birkirkara on penalties. Chris Froome came through the 18th stage of the Tour de France unscathed to maintain his hold on the yellow jersey. Froome maintained a 3-minute lead.
The guys have just ridden out of their skin, and I just hope these next two stages, they're going to be really key to this year's Tour de France. I hope we can just get through the best we can.
And practice starts this morning for Sunday's Hungarian Grand Prix. Hertfordshire's Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 17 points after his win at Silverstone. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin coming up at 8 o'clock.
Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
That's how good a professional Simon Oxley is. He saw I wasn't in the studio, he saw I wasn't ready, and he threw in a couple of ums and extended his outro so that I had time to make it. Thank you very much indeed. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio, joined by Pete Heat, the magician, at Pete Heat, if you want to see him on Twitter. Oh, he's brilliant. He's just did a freebie for Dealey. Justin, come in. Where's he gone? Come and sit down, Justin. I want to come and sit on the red one. What, tell us what he just did for you outside. Just outside.
Yeah, outside.
There's no audience. Pete, you can come in if you want. There's no audience.
Yeah.
It's just me, you, Catherine. It's her last day, and Kelly. Yeah. And you said, how about can you do a trick with money?
Yeah, cash. Cash is king.
Do a trick with cash.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I gave Pete £5. And Pete said to me, "Okay, can you write something on it? Write your name on it, so you'll be able to identify that's your £5 note." So I wrote "dog" on the £5 note. I then gave it to Pete. Pete then turned my £5 note in front of my very eyes into a £50 note.
Yeah.
The colour was just changing. It was incredible. And then
it was amazing.
And then he went into his pocket and he said, "Okay, take that back." A sealed envelope.
Out of his wallet that had been zipped up.
Zipped up inside his wallet, zipped up completely. The envelope was sealed down. Inside, when I undid that, inside that envelope was my £5 with dog written on it. How you did that, I do not know, but you have blown my mind.
Thank you very much.
It's good, isn't he?
Amazing.
Can you do us one more, Pete? Can you do us one now?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Go on.
Okay. So with the card trick, I got you to shuffle them and pick one. But no matter how sort of good a card trick, people always think maybe it's a trick deck, or maybe I've somehow done some psychological jiggery pokery and made you pick a certain one. I'm
just saying we got as long as we want.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we got as long as we want.
In fact, so this time we'll do one where it's more instead of actually picking a card, you guys are just going to think of a card between you. So I'm going to put I've got a little post.
See, I genuinely I love magic, Justin. It makes me become 12 years old when I used to watch Paul Daniels, but it also makes me really anxious. Partly because I get scared of it, but also there's so much pressure because it would be so. I've seen it when it goes wrong for magicians when the tricks fail, and as the audience you feel kind of obliged to go, I'll never mind. Basically, you've had a bloke stand there for 7 minutes doing nothing, and it makes me anxious.
Yeah.
That you might muff up.
I understand.
How often do you muff up?
Not very often, actually. I mean, I have in my life because obviously I was terrible when I started.
Well, we've all muffed up in our lives. We've all made bad decisions, guys. I mean, it's geezer talk now. Go on. What are you going to do for us?
Bunch of lads.
I'm gonna crack the tinnies open. We'll fire the Xbox up. We're away.
Exactly. So like I was saying, normally if you pick a card, there's always a suspicion that I somehow made you pick that card, like I've shoved it into your hand or whatever. Anyway, even though it's a shuffled pack. So this time. We're going to do one where you just think of a card between you, and here's what I mean. I've got a post-it note, which from that pad it's folded up into quarters, which you can verify.
Yes.
That's a little kind of a prediction again.
Yellow post-it note, and I can see through there. Yeah. There's some writing, but I can't see what the writing is.
Exactly, and I'm going to give that to you to hold in your hand, Justin.
Okay, thank you. So don't open that. Just
hold it in your hand. Yeah. Okay. Now. So in a pack of cards, there's the suits, there's the clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds, and there's the value to go with that.
Yep.
So for example, with the ace of spades, the value is ace, and the suit is spade. Okay, so Justin, can you just name a value? So, for example, ace, but whatever. You don't have to say ace. You can say literally anything. There's something.
Is he tricking you to say ace?
No, well, no. I
this
mean,
is what I'm
that's
thinking.
literally.
Or is he tricking you so you don't say ace?
It's the eye contact.
I'll tell you what,
I can name any card I want to.
Not the suit though, just the value. Okay, so if you said if you did say ace now and Iain said spades, then the card would be the ace of spades. Do you understand?
Okay. All right.
Just say the first part.
I'll tell you what
then.
I'll go with ace then. I'll go with ace.
Okay, you sure?
You sure you want to go with ace?
I'm going to go with ace.
Because
I'm going to go with ace.
he's made you say ace.
Yeah, maybe. But you know what? The eye contact says to me, I'm going to beat this guy.
Okay, I'm going to
go with ace. I'm going with ace.
Okay, sure. And Iain, what suit?
I'm not saying spades.
Okay.
I'm going to say diamonds.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
He don't look so confident now, does he?
Yeah.
No, so ace of diamonds. Well, that is interesting because, well, I'll just show you. You know, you've been holding that prediction the whole time.
Yeah.
Open it up and read it. It might not say exactly what you think, but open it up and can you read out loud what it says?
Okay. Pete'sHeat.co.uk. Scroll to bottom of first page.
Okay, so that is my prediction. It's my own website,
Right.
peteheat.co.uk.
Hang on a minute. So I've got to go to your website.
Yeah, go to peteheat.co.uk.
He is sat here the whole time. Where am I going? peteheat.co.uk.
Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, I'm on the front page. Where am I going?
Yeah.
Scrolling down.
Scroll right down.
That.
And look at the text just above it.
Pete works as magic consultant. He's
No,
London's
the very last
premier.
line.
And if you're Iain Lee, is this your card? And there's a picture of the ace of diamonds.
Wow.
That now that is
His face.
That is freaky. Even I'm getting confused now. But you've been sat here the whole time.
How? Are you an alien?
I might be a little bit of an alien, yeah. And also, I mean, while you're up on the website, guys, you know, listeners can check this out. This is actually on my website.
I don't get
I mean, if you wanted to read some of the quotes from our celebrities,
I don't get this.
I can't stop you. And if you wanted to book me for an event and make sure that my newborn baby doesn't starve, then that's fine as well, I suppose. But yeah, the key thing is not to get too blown away by the videos, I guess, or the quotes from all
Who's
the
that
celebrities.
good-looking fella on there?
Yeah, I know. He looks a bit like Johnny Depp.
He does.
in that picture, but sort of not in real life.
Mate, that's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing. Were you like one of those geeky kids that
Yes,
that
I'll
sat
stop you
with cards
there.
and
Stop you there. Yes, but no. Well, go on.
that would just sit around playing with, everyone would be out looking at, I don't know, mucky magazines in the bushes, and you'd be playing with cards.
Basically, yeah. I mean, a little of both, but you got to have some bush time.
No,
but no.
Bush tucker trial, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
Dealey, you.
I just don't get it. Also, I don't get the trick earlier on. Maybe we can do this later on as well and film it or something. But turning my £5 into a 50, I just.
I don't know what's upset you.
Yeah, this is the thing.
What's upset you?
Okay, what's upset me is this.
I know where this is going.
You have turned a £5 into a £50. Yeah.
I'm just going to tweet your website so that people can have a
5
little
into
look.
50. I know it's a trick, but I can't get my head round it. If you can turn, is there a code? Let me put this question to you. Is there a code in the circle that you're part of that says you cannot profiteer? You cannot profiteer. You see, you're looking already, so maybe you could have access to win the lottery this weekend, but your code of conduct says that you're not allowed to do that.
That's exactly it, yeah. Otherwise, I would win every time.
So you're telling me now you could win the lottery if you wanted to? This was
can't
my
tell
original
I
point
can't
months
tell
ago.
If you're being serious or not.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being deadly serious. And I've seen this before, if magicians can make winning lottery tickets, is there some sort of code of conduct that says that you're not allowed to profiteer? And if you do, you will never work again.
There isn't. But to be honest, you could. I mean, magic is like, basically, I'm a professional liar, aren't I? So with magic, you can actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I know this isn't really what you mean. You're saying, I literally magic some money up. But what I could do is very easily steal and swindle people. And because I've got exactly the right skills, exactly the same skills that con men
So you
have.
could be walking, you could be on a bus.
Yes, I could.
You could be on a bus.
I just realised we've entered Dealey's world, and it's really hard to escape from it.
No, hang on. This is a genuine question.
Yeah, I know.
If you're on a bus, you're telling me right now that with the powers and the magic that you've got, you could quite feasibly steal somebody's wallet and their phone without them realising. You could do that.
Definitely, yeah.
So what stops you from doing that?
He's a good guy.
I'm a nice guy, yeah.
So are you saying there are people out there with your powers that are never seen on the internet, but they're out there
definitely.
stealing for a living.
They're called pickpockets, yeah.
No.
No, seriously, that's what pickpockets are. But like, they're like basically they're magicians, but without the glamour of the stage.
So it goes back to my original point, though, doesn't it? If you've got these special powers, you can be out there playing the system.
Some people use it for evil. Usually, it's the same as Iron Man versus when the guy that played the wrestler became the Russian guy with the electric whips. He used his powers for.
Magic's got that problem, and I think that's why a lot of people get into magic. Like you know the typical, like you asked me if I was a bit of a geek, which I was basically. I think that's.
And I don't mean that as an insult. I'm a complete geek.
Oh yeah,
I grew up as an outsider, so it's all
the best
good.
people are. Yeah. But I think magic has got that power to, it does give you this sort of secret knowledge and insight into the world. So people get quite arrogant with it because they go from being little geeks, basically losers, to sort of thinking I can do stuff
they're
no one else
empowered,
can do. And so a lot of magicians are obnoxious, which is why I don't hang out with many magicians. But it's a strange thing.
Have you got a quick one, or do you want to come back and do something a little bit longer a bit later on?
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll come back and do something
because I haven't been thought what I'd do. Yeah,
right.
go on.
Can I take a break as well? It's getting too much for me.
Yeah, okay. We've arranged. Right? Don't worry, Justin. We have arranged. I think we should have lined up. There is a therapist out there who will be able to talk through. If you, dear listener, have been affected by any of the magic tricks that have been on the show this morning, then there'll be a helpline somewhere. You can Google it. 03459 455 555. You can text 81333. Start your text 3CR. Let's get the Trav.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Looking very heavy on the centres on the southbound A1 between Eton Soken and the Black Cat roundabout. In Dunstable, Paws Avenue, that remains closed after a serious accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road. It means you can't get onto the Woodside Industrial Estate, probably for most of this morning. Clophill on the A6, Bedford Road, looking heavy between Back Street and the A507. In Watford on Lower High Street, heavy at the Bushy Arches Junction. The M25, heavy anti-clockwise between junction 17 for Maple Cross and 16 for the M40. On London Overground this morning, it's suspended between Richmond and Wealdstone Junction. That's because of a signal problem. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much. It's just I love it. We'll have more from Pete a little bit later on. I don't know if he's going to do more in here, if he's going out with Justin. I don't know. I'll let you lot decide what's happening. I'm happy with whatever. Where are we now? 7:45. It's Friday. It's the 24th of July. I'm Iain Lee. These are your headlines on BBC Three Counties Radio. A terminally ill Hertfordshire mum says she's amazed at the response to an online fundraising page set up by a friend. Police are investigating a road crash in Bedfordshire this morning, which has left one person seriously injured and two others with minor injuries. And Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. Let's get the weather.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Yes, morning. I'm Sarah Thornton with your BBC Three Counties weather, and we've got a lot of rain now starting to spread in. It's light and patchy at the moment, but there's plenty of it out towards the southwest. Just tweeted the latest radar picture on my Twitter page, Sarah Thornton 1, if you want to have a look at that. It will show you the scale, the size of the system that's heading in towards us. Once it sets in properly from mid-morning onwards, it will become heavy and persistent through the rest of the day. Overnight into tomorrow, We've got Met Office weather warnings in force for the rain from midday today until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's likely to be upgraded, actually, as we go through the day today. And also the strength of the wind. We'll see wind gusts in excess of 30, if not 40 miles an hour as that all clears away in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Could see 1 inch to 2 inches of rain by the time it clears through. A very tricky evening commute for you this evening. And temperatures doing no better this afternoon of 13 to 15 Celsius. But tomorrow, a much better day. Dry with some good spells of sunshine, the risk of an afternoon shower, but nothing like anything we've seen today, and much warmer too at 19 Celsius. Sunday starts dry. We've got rain, though, coming in the afternoon, and still pretty breezy with the risk of a couple of showers on Monday, but warmer at 19 or 20 degrees.
Thank you very much.
Nick Coffer on BBC Three Counties Radio.
For over 6 decades, comedian Ken Dodd has been touring and selling out theatres.
I'm very blessed, actually, Mr. Nick, because if the jokes aren't connecting as much as I'd like them to, I can always burst into song.
Weekdays from 12.
Much of that music, not least the Happy Mondays, has not only stood the test of time, it still sounds as fresh as it did then.
Certainly does, yeah. 60s knockoffs. It's sure that weren't that other lot, not us.
Nick Coffer.
Live at Woburn Abbey for the Woburn Abbey Garden Shed. It's very nice to actually speak to you in your home. You are the very proud garden manager.
I am indeed, yes. I'm proud of what we've achieved as a team here at Woburn. It's fantastic.
Nick Coffer. Weekdays from 12 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Oh, man. I've just had the best email ever from one of my heroes. Forget you, Carol Kay. This is where the action is. I want to cry for one of the best emails ever from one of the monkeys. 03459 455 555. I keep giving the phone number out. We're not really giving you anything to talk about. You don't need us to give you stuff to talk about, do you, dear listener? I'm happy to if you want, but you're intelligent enough and you get the act enough to know that you can call in any time about anything. You might want to call in about the story we were talking about the mum from Hertfordshire with the fundraising. You might want to talk in about the magic. You might want to ask Pete a question. Something might have happened to you last night. You might be one of those people that's being kept awake by the chainsaws in St Albans. Anything you want, you know that. I kind of feel that I need to set up the stall again and explain it. You can hear there's video of Pete being edited. But you know that, guys. You can call in about anything you want. You can call in to have a go at me. You can call in to say hello to Kelly. Actually, I'd rather you didn't do that. That could be a little...
They've done that already.
Yeah.
Hi, Dennis.
No, for crying... Really? 03459 455 555. And here's the thing, right? Here's the story. Why isn't this front page news? My boy, who's 5, he loves space. He can name all the planets. He doesn't know yet that Uranus is funny. He doesn't know that yet. We talk about geeks. My eldest is a geek, 5 years old. And I went home last night and he said, I got home quite late and he was awake. And he came downstairs and he said, Daddy, have you heard? They found another planet like Earth. He's 5 and he's telling me science. They found another Earth, guys! This is it! Let's send our missiles over there. Let's nuke them. Just because we can. It's a bigger Earth. We can all go over there. Blooming Earthlings coming over here, taking up our planet. NASA has discovered our planet's closest twin yet, giving experts hope there may be an Earth 2.0. The Space Agency yesterday said its Kepler mission had spotted a cousin to Earth. Oh, man alive. Sweet home Alabama is probably on there. And they're probably singing it. They probably sung it in 3D. 6D. I'm glad you're getting it, Kelly. The Space Agency yesterday said its Kepler mission had spotted a cousin to Earth in a sun-like star's habitable zone, the area around a star in which water could pool. Basically, it's Earth. John Gronsfield of NASA's Science Mission Directorate Inquiries,
if you want,
said the discovery... Why does anybody dial those 118 numbers? Why does anybody do it?
Adverts.
No.
Adverts make them do it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Sorry, Kath and Kels, I've got to stop because I need the telephone number for British Gas. I haven't got it. Could you 118 it?
Google it.
Oh, yeah! Everyone's got Google. Everyone can Google it or Bing it. Everyone can do these things. Bing it on. We should be, but yet people will still put money into the pockets of those people, the 118ers, the mustachio guys, and oh, she's dirty. That's a weird campaign, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it Maureen? Oh, she's dirty. Just Google it. Send those businesses out of business.
It's expensive anyway.
That's the point I'm making, Catherine.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not just doing it out of spite. When are we going to go and nuke this new planet Earth? Let's go over there. Let's teach those aliens, those alien usses a lesson.
Or let's fill their minds with stuff and maybe present ourselves as their new leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it closer to the sun?
Which sun? Ours?
Yeah.
No, it's further away from our sun. By like about 14
well, we don't
billion.
want to go there then. It'd be cold.
They've got their own.
They've got their own sun.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now, the thing is, I'm saying we should go and declare war on it, but they reckon it's like about 6 billion years advanced of us. So they're going to have advanced. So they're going to have like guns and nuclear bombs stuff that we can't even. They're going to have like actual laser guns that kill, that don't just point the red dot. They actually.
They don't say those things to stun anymore.
No. That's why we need to get in first. That's why we need to get to them before they get to us.
Yeah.
There's a brilliant film, and it was a small film. It was an indie film, and no one saw it. And I can't think what it's called. And it's about It's about Earth, and they discover another planet that looks like Earth, and it's coming closer and closer and closer to us. And as it gets close enough, they're able to make contact with it, right? And they have this woman scientist. Let's say her name's Jane Smith. I don't know what her name is. I can't remember it. And so they have Jane Smith live on TV, being beamed all around the world. She's right. Okay, well. We think we've worked out how to interpret the signals from the planet. I'm going to make contact with the planet now. Let's see how it goes. And she kind of dials up on this weird, like, space phone. And it rings or something, right? And there's a voice answering it. And she goes, "Hello, this is Jane Smith from the planet Earth. Who are you? We come in peace." Then there's a pause, like a long pause. And you hear another woman's voice on the other end of the line going, "This is Jane Smith from the planet Earth.
Of course it is.
Who are you?" Oh wow. And then they just, I'm getting shivers thinking about it. And then they're talking, and Jane Smith 1 goes, "All right, well, what college did you go to?" And she writes it down. And Jane Smith 2 goes, "Well, I went to Princeton." And she holds up the bit of paper and says, "Princeton. There's 2 planets, 2 identical planets, and they're coming closer and closer together."
It's that other dimension.
What's that? Does anyone know what that film's called?
It wasn't Contact, because that was rubbish. Do you see Contact? Right, Jodie Foster spends all this time trying to create this sort of portal into another planet. It takes ages. And they kind of whiz around in this thing, you know those spinny things that you can strap you into? They spin her in
Sometimes,
weather.
Kelly, it's kind of quite nice to when Catherine goes off on one, because it just allows me to switch off and think, I'm really looking forward to when we get a decent producer next week working with Shaggy. The week after, we got Matt Lockwood. Have you done anything? You brought anything for Kath last day, or?
Biscuits.
They do some calculations, and anyway, then she gets.
She's still talking about this
Oh, yeah.
film.
I've not brought. I've got to shoot off straight after this. I'm going to WM, so.
That, in a way, is a gift for her.
She's walking along this beach, and it's all like
That's a bit rude, mate.
stuff. And then, she finally makes contact with the alien, and it's her dad.
That is a great story, Catherine.
Wow,
Absolutely
great
story.
Hanging on every word.
It's called Another Earth, and it's a brilliant. It's like a really sort of a slightly arty, slightly pretentious indie film, and it's flipping brilliant. I've kind of given away the spoiler alert. Kind of given it away, but it's brilliant.
Don't watch Contact though; it's rubbish.
Okay, I started watching
What's it
Oblivion
about?
with Tom. By the way, the reason
Jodie
we're talking is because we ain't got no stories. Well, we had some, but they were boring, and we got no phone calls. So I'm happy to chat away. Hey, this is good as well. These are always come out every few months. They do these, and they're always a little bit of fun. I heard the audio of this last night. It's under a really weird, unsexy picture of Mylene Klass making an omelette.
She's not going to eat that by the looks of it. I mean, she's not going to be. Where's she going to put it? In that costume.
She's really. I mean, I've gone right off Mylene Klass ever since she was brewed about the kids' party at school. But there she's cooking an omelette in a swimming costume.
That's going to spit terribly as well.
Yeah. Well, what Mylene Klass? I don't know. I'm sure she wouldn't. 99 is the 999 calls. You know the 99 in a. Bite the biscuit. Thank you. It's it's the inappropriate 999 calls. And there was a great one on Radio 4 last night. I think it was Radio 4, might have been LBC. where this guy phones up. Hello, emergency services, can I help you? Yeah, I've just been chased by a vicious badger. Try and find the audio of it. Well, it'll be on the system somewhere. The Badger 999 call, because I love those calls. I mean, obviously, and the thing is, because some of them you think, it's people just doing it because they're a bit stoned or a bit drunk or a bit bored, and they're doing, got their mates
they've got
there.
a new phone, and the only thing they can phone is 999.
Yeah. They're doing it for bands. But you listen to the sincerity in this guy's voice. He's genuinely surprised. It was Radio 4. It was on PM last night.
Got it.
Have you got it?
I've got it ready for me to put in. You won't have it.
We're talking about the clip, yeah?
Yep.
It's genuinely, he's concerned about this badger and the fact that he seems perturbed.
Well, you'd be perturbed by an angry badger. Don't want to mess with those bad boys.
I've never met a badger.
They're big.
I've seen dead ones.
Yeah.
0345. I'm not even going to give the phone away. Right? No one's interested.
Live badger is a similar size to a dead one.
Okay. You know that Benji, our rabbit, died.
Which one?
2. Under mysterious circumstances.
You just get Benji 3.
No, I've had enough.
It worked once, you could do it again.
I've had enough with pets. Once Velvet goes, I'm going to murder the stick insects. That's it. Velvet will go of natural causes. That's what I'll tell the authorities. No, she will. And then she's getting old. Anyway, and so the eldest is really upset by Benji going, of course. Both boys are kind of upset by it. But the youngest keeps going, can I get a picture of Benji now? What, now? Yeah. Well, why? What does he look like? He looks like Benji. Yeah, but is he a skeleton now? Well, no. Now he's ashes. Or in fact, we'll check the vet, see if we can get the ashes and have a little scattering ceremony. Why'd you pull that face for? My mum had her collie's ashes for years in a box.
What for?
She kept her collie on the coffee table.
Never took it for a walk?
Never took it for a walk. All right, here we go. This is the question. What do you do with your dead pets? Catherine's just frowned at me for saying that we're getting Benji cremated. Costs about 250 quid. Fair play, I could...
Why don't you stick it in the garden?
What? As is?
His happy place.
Or his ashes?
Yeah, as is.
Well, as is, because Foxy come dig it up, innit? What did you do with your dead animals? I know we're desperate, really, for content. There's only another hour of this nonsense to go.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
In Dunstable, Pawes Avenue remains closed for a serious accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road. You can't get onto the Woodside Industrial Estate. That's likely to remain shut for much of the morning. The M25 anti-clockwise looking heavy between junctions 17 for Maple Cross and 16 for the M40. The Overground, it's suspended this morning because of a signal problem between Wealdstone Junction and Richmond. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. There's nothing funny. The thing is about these animals, maybe not quite so much Benji, but they are part of the family. I never really bonded with Benji. I still shed a tear. Yeah, that's right. I cried last week for a rabbit. What's your problem? But what did you do with your dead pets? You can't just chuck them away. You've got to have a kind of ceremony, haven't you? Haven't you?
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8 o'clock. I'm Simon Oxley. The headlines: terminally ill Hertfordshire mum amazed by online donations, 3 injured in Bedfordshire road crash, and St Albans residents kept awake by chainsaws.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
A terminally ill Hertfordshire mother says she's amazed at the response to an online fundraising page set up by a friend. Emma Young from Hemel Hempstead has an incurable cancer and is heading off to Disneyland with her 3 children next month after an anonymous donation this week of £5,500. So far, the page for the 36-year-old has raised over £10,000.
I'm still in a bit of shock. It's just crazy that someone's done that for us and they don't even know us. They might know us. I don't know them. It's just enabled me to be able to do so much more with a kid. It's crazy.
Police are investigating a road crash in Bedfordshire this morning which has left 1 person seriously injured and 2 others with minor injuries. The 3 people were in a car which came off the road in Pawes Avenue between Dunstable and Houghton Regis next to the Woodside Industrial Estate at around 6 a.m. The road remains closed. The seriously injured person has been taken to Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge. Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. It follows flooding in the Stevenage area last week, which blocked a number of roads and affected homes. President Obama says the UK must stay in the European Union to have continued influence on the world stage. Downing Street said it was right for the British people to have the final say in a referendum. Conservative backbencher Tom Pursglove said he was surprised by the president's intervention.
I can't really recall many occasions where senior US politicians almost try and tell Britain what we should be doing. We wouldn't do that to them. So in a way, I would say actually that really this is a matter for the British people. The British people will decide. The Prime Minister is going to try and renegotiate the relationship, and we'll then have that in-out vote. It isn't for anybody else to tell the British people what they're going to do.
A woman from Milton Keynes is due in court today after being arrested for failing to appear for sentence last Friday. 47-year-old Tina Beloved Powerful was found guilty a month ago of fraud and false advertising. She came to prominence when Harvard University in America sued over her Harvard School website. The bookmaking firms Ladbrokes and Coral have announced they're intending to merge. A deal has been mooted for some time. People living in St Albans have complained to Network Rail about workmen using chainsaws to chop down trees during the night. Network Rail say they have to carry out essential safety work without disrupting train services. They've apologised but say it's unavoidable. One of the people affected is Gemma Welsh from Milehouse Lane.
2 chainsaws going at full pelt for several hours. I mean, there were people out in the pyjamas on the street wanted to know what was happening. And I just don't think this is acceptable.
In sport, Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. And Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. The weather, rain spreading in from the southwest, which will become heavy this afternoon. A maximum temperature 16 degrees Celsius. And you can get the latest news and sport online at bbc.co.uk/3 counties.
Give me 2 minutes, just charging up my computer. Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Man! It's Friday. Did you enjoy the summer? Because it's over now. It's over. The summer is gone. Kath's last day could be mine as Project Dark approaches. What am I talking about? What am I banging on about? Nothing important. What did you do with your pets when they died? People who haven't got pets don't understand that, you know, they're part of the family. Even Benji, and I didn't particularly bond with Benji, but we were all upset when Benji Bunny died, and we'll have him cremated and we'll have a little ceremony in the garden. It's good for the soul. It's good for the kids. But what did you do with your pets? 03459 455 555 81333. Start your text 3CR.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Janet says, my friend had her cat's ashes turned into a paperweight. What? Now, do you mean, Janet, that the ashes were compressed into glass? I think that's possible. Or were they put inside the glass? So, do you mean more like a snow globe? And I've realised if I said that sounds quite flippant. But I don't mean it to. But think about it for a second. You've got a little volcano scene. You shake it about, and the ashes create volcanic ash. That would work, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean,
Or
work.
are you booking your holiday and sending out your CV to people?
I've already booked it.
Okay.
And I've packed it.
Would it be? It would be effective, wouldn't it?
Well, define effective. What's the effect you're achieving here?
When did you turn into Bamber Gascoigne? Define Bamber Gascoigne. He's that fella.
Policeman Tall.
It's a really weird end-of-term vibe. We've got Pete Heat as well, who's going to come in and do some magic. If you missed it, if you go to peteheat.co.uk, scroll down the bottom, you'll see the punchline of a trick he did earlier on. wouldn't call it a punchline. What would you call the payoff? What would you call it? Payoff?
Yeah, payoff. The denouement.
I say.
Oh, he speaks a little bit of the German. That's nice, isn't it? Go peteheat.co.uk, and you can. That was indeed my card. We'll have some more of that a bit later on. Right. A while ago we heard, when I was off actually, Justin covered this story about a mum of 3 from Hemel Hempstead who'd made a bucket list of things to do with her children after she was diagnosed with incurable cancer. Emma Young, 36, it's no age, is it? She has got incurable cancer. She doesn't want to know how long she's got left to live. And I find that really interesting because actually there are a few practical things you could do if you had that rough estimate of how long you got left to live. But really, would it make any difference? What would you do in that situation? Would you want to know? But anyway, thanks to a crowdfunding site set up by her friends and the generosity of loads of perfect strangers, she's going to be able to make some amazing memories to leave her kids, including they've already booked a trip to Euro Disney. They want to go to Legoland, all the fun stuff like that, where it costs a fortune, but it's special, and they'll get pictures done with Mickey Mouse and all of that. So we queued up for an hour for the picture with Mickey Mouse, and I'm thinking, what the flipping are we doing this for? Actually, I've got a wicked picture of me and the kids and Mickey Mouse. Perfect. So they're going to have an amazing time, and it really is an incredible story. Let's speak to Jessica Wilson, who's the fundraising manager for Macmillan Cancer Support in Bedfordshire. Morning, Jessica.
Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I mean, it's one of these stories, it's really sad because, the cancer's horrible anyway, we all know that,
Yeah.
and a lot of us here have been touched by it in one way or another. 36 is no age whatsoever, but there's the really optimistic side. She was looking to raise 10 grand, got to about 4.5 grand, and then a mystery benefactor turns up and says, here you go, it's 5.5 grand, I don't want you to know who I am, I don't want any publicity, enjoy yourself. That's amazing, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I've had a look at her actual page with all the donations she's received, and she sounds such an amazing, brave lady who I can imagine has just been so overwhelmed with people's generosity in helping her with her bucket list. I mean, like you said before, she's got some exciting things planned, which with her children they can treasure for sort of the rest of their lives that they have, and it's such an amazing amount that she's raised so far.
Isn't it interesting? Because I remember, and someone mentioned this on, not many people remember this, right? I'm quite old. I suspect I'm significantly older than you, Jessica, but someone mentioned this the other day on another radio show. 15, 20 years ago, no one said the word cancer.
No.
It was, you'd always go, oh, you hear about Steve down the road, he's got cancer. Or, it was the other C word. And now, one of the great things is there is no stigma, there's no shame, there's no embarrassment about talking about cancer. We can say it freely and we can discuss it openly. And most of us will probably know someone who's had or will have cancer. It's an amazing turnaround, isn't it?
Definitely it is, and I think the support that, us as a charity, we receive from people is incredible, and is so very much appreciated. And in my job, I see this sort of generosity every day of the week. I recently heard a story of one of our supporters, a 68-year-old man who had suffered from cancer, and he's travelled all the way from Land's End to John O'Groats just by using his Freedom bus pass. So he's been going around on all local buses, and so far he's raised over £2,000. And just by him doing that and talking to people about what he's going through and how he's recovering, it's just astonishing to me.
Has he recorded that, Jessica, or was he writing a blog or something? Because that's an amazing story.
It is, yeah. I know that he might be doing a blog.
Brilliant.
But he's actually now planning his next trip to use local transport from the UK to Belgium. And he's just wanting to give something back and help people that are going through such a difficult time. So, yeah, it's an amazing thing.
Now, the thing about Macmillan, and I owe you a big thank you, you personally and your whole organisation, because when my dad died of pancreatic cancer a couple of years ago, and Macmillan were amazing. Macmillan were the Macmillan nurses that came round to my dad's house, and with him and my stepmom and my brothers and sisters. They were incredible because they were great for my dad, but also, and this is what I think a lot of people don't realise until they have to come into contact with you guys, that you do a lot with the family as well, don't you?
Definitely, we do. I mean, it can be so devastating hearing that news, and I'd like to say to anybody, if you or someone you know has been diagnosed with cancer, Whether you're worried about money, practical issues, how your loved ones are coping, or have any questions about treatment, or just want someone to listen, then please call our Macmillan support line. The telephone number's on our macmillan.org.uk website, and that's open Monday to Friday, 9am to 8pm. And, you know, please give us a call. We're here to listen and to help you.
And there's how do you vet them? Because everyone that came and dealt with my dad, and towards the end, because my dad was he was obviously in a lot of pain. He was very, very high on drugs.
Yeah.
He got a bit grumpy. You know, he's dying. Fair play. If you can't be grumpy when you're dying, when can you be? And the nurses that came round. Okay, Malcolm, sorry you feel like that. What could we do to make you comfortable? You don't want that? Can I get you another drink? Okay, Malcolm, then we're going to go out there and talk to Margaret. If you want us, just give us a shout. How do you lot stay so calm?
I just think that I've met some amazing Macmillan nurses, and I mean, I just think they do such an outstanding job. They're not just there to provide medical help, they're there to listen, and like you say, just to do the simplest things to make that person feel so much more comfortable in the difficult situation they're in.
Yeah.
And the support we give to family. When I talk to families and they say, you know, we just sat with our Macmillan nurse for 20 minutes and she just listened to how we were feeling, and it made us feel so much better, because sometimes people can't talk about how they're feeling to other sort of friends and loved ones, but speaking to someone in sort of a Macmillan nurse that's there to listen makes such a difference to them.
Oh, Jessica, I'm tearing up thinking of my dad. Oh, I'm tearing up thinking of my dad. No, I know, I'm going to cry now, look. And you lot were brilliant, so thank you so much. But give us the website again if people want to get in touch and have a look.
Macmillan.org.uk.
All right, listen, it's really nice to talk to you. Thank you so much. Keep on doing the good work. Ta-ta. There we go. It's Jessica Wilson. Oh, I'm tearing up. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me.
They are amazing.
Aren't they? Oh, a little cry about my dad.
Yeah, and you know we've had experience of that in our family recently, and you can be forgotten about when you're the family member because you're trying to be brave for everybody else. Yeah. And I know my father-in-law got a lot of help from Macmillan.
Oh, look. What a silly dad. Didn't even get on with him for most of my life. Silly old sod. Anyway, right. 03459 455 555. I need to charge my computer up, Kelly Betts. That's why I'm not playing that clip.
That's all right.
It's the 999 Badger Man. We might have enough juice.
Hey, I could play it via my headphones.
That will sound
to the microphone.
Well, that will sound rubbish. Yeah.
Well, it depends how much you want it.
We compare it to the last 2 hours and 13 minutes. I mean, really? Now, Kelly, you've got stick insects. We're talking about pets. Yes. Have you still got stick insects?
5.
How many babies have they had? Hey, apart from the ones that went rogue in your house.
So one has had about 11
babies. What about the others?
They're not old enough yet.
How old have
they are the babies of this one.
Okay. How old have they got to be to have a baby? Stick insect.
They need to be fully grown. And they have a little spike underneath them, and that's when you know that they're fully grown.
Okay. Well, I've had mine for ages, right? They should be. Mine are laying eggs all the time.
Yep. 600 a year.
All right, mate. Don't count my stick insects eggs. It's none of your business. Not one of those bad boys has hatched.
It takes 3 months.
To hatch?
Yep.
Oh, blimey.
Where are you putting them?
Down the sink.
Oh.
Well, some...
Oh, you're killing them then?
Yeah.
Okay, so
or are you? Or are they living in the cellar and turning mutant?
Turning mutant. But because I got rid of some of the eggs because there were loads of eggs, okay, and I didn't want them all. And I was looking online, the best way to get rid of stick insect eggs, you can't just chuck them out because then they grow rogue and then they take over the planet and kill us. That's a fact, with Planet of the Apes.
You have to freeze them.
You freeze them or boil them.
Oh.
So I microwave them. Well, they're eggs, though. Well, you eat eggs. You cook eggs. All I was doing was cooking some eggs.
You can give them away.
No thanks. I'm all right.
Your girls would love it, Kath. They'd love it.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The A1 looking really heavy going south between St Neots and the Black Cat roundabout. In Bedford, Paula Radcliffe Way, that's queuing southbound at Clapham Road through the roadworks. The A6 also busy in Clop Hill at Back Street towards the A507. In Dunstable, Paws Avenue remains closed for an accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road. That's likely to remain shut for most of the morning. In Hatfield, South Way, that's queuing In both directions at the Great North Road through the roadworks, there are temporary traffic lights there for water main work. The M25 anti-clockwise busy between junctions 17 for Maple Cross and 16 for the M40. The overground still suspended because of a signal problem between Willesden Junction and Richmond. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Tom. There's a really awkward... It's been a really strange show, OK? Because we've got magician Pete Heat, who's out there, and he's blown Dealey's mind. Dealey's gone off to have a good cry in a darkened room. And then Jonathan's come in, all kind of legs akimbo, eyes are gleaming, saying, I think we're going to have an argument today. And why did you think we're going to have an argument?
Well, because I thought... In your usual way, I thought you'd argue.
Usual way? What does that mean?
I thought you'd argue with my phone in this morning, and in fact, I think you and I both agree.
That sounds all right.
This is the first time we've ever agreed on anything.
I tell you what, let me think about it during the news. I can probably turn it round into having
I
a
don't know. I don't want you to lie.
I would never lie on the radio. We're not allowed to do that. We're the BBC. Let me do the headlines and then we'll find out exactly what it is. It's a good one, but I've got no problem with that. But I can see why some people would. These are your headlines. 8:16, BBC Three Counties Radio. A terminally ill Hertfordshire mother says she's amazed at the response to an online fundraising page set up by a friend. Police are investigating a road crash in Bedfordshire this morning, which has left one person seriously injured and 2 others with minor injuries. And Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast.
Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Touch my bum. So, and I feel bad because and I don't know why I feel bad because it's your problem. But I feel like I've deflated you.
Well, you have a bit. I was kind of thinking, this is good. He's gonna argue.
But I don't. I mean, we'll say what it is in a second. I don't know why you think I would argue about that.
Oh.
I don't see a...
Well, you've been very... let me just explain. Let me ask the question and then let me just get background.
Yes.
Do you think it's right to ban dogs from pubs? Now, the reason I'm asking this question on the big phone in this morning from 9, a traditional village pub in Buckinghamshire is set to ban dogs entirely after a string of incidents of bad behaviour.
Oh, there's been incidents.
Visitors at the Lowndes Arms in Wadden say they've been made to feel uncomfortable by dogs, and staff at the pub have also complained. Some dogs have thrown up and defecated on the carpet.
Well, that's inappropriate. Are these dogs or teenagers we're talking
about?
These are dogs. Okay.
They've thrown up and defecated on the carpet, and the owners now say enough is enough and a ban will be brought in. Yeah. Local villagers, though, are not happy, and they're planning to stage a protest later today.
Oh, fantastic. Good for them.
Well, from 9 this morning, I'm going to be asking what you think of this pub's decision. Do you think it's right to ban dogs from pubs? Now, I live in the country.
You love drinking and you love dogs.
I do. They're 2 of my favourite things. I love the pub. My dog, now this might tip you out. See, I thought you were going to say ban dogs from pubs because you have, in the past, suggested to me that you have a very low tolerance of dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, you once said that you would never, ever, if I brought my dog into work, you'd never want to meet it. You wouldn't ever want me to
meet it outside.
Yeah, but you don't want to meet it in the studio.
No, it's inappropriate. It's work. It's work. It's not.
But some people feel like that about dogs in pubs. You see, they say it's inappropriate if people are eating their food, if people are sitting there, if you've got children. You don't want dogs sitting there.
The dog wouldn't be allowed in the restaurant part of the pub anyway. I don't think, would they?
Well, many pubs allow you. They absolutely have an area where it's just for food, but then they also allow you to eat in the bar, and you're allowed to have a dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love that. My dog.
Yeah.
When she was a bit younger, because she's a puppy, she did do a little wee on the floor.
Uh-oh. What did you do? Did you do what?
I cleaned it up. I apologised to the landlord profusely. I cleaned it up.
Did you do what Catherine... Is Catherine there? Am I allowed to say this story?
What?
You heard about Jonathan's dog doing a wee
a little wee in the pub.
In the pub. Am I allowed to say what your dad did with your daughter when she did a little wee in a bookshop?
Yeah, you might as well. I think
she did a wee in a bookshop.
Kids sometimes.
They're in Story Corner. It was a good story. She was engrossed.
And what happened?
She soiled herself.
It was worse.
In a wet way. In a wet way.
Oh, in a wet way, yeah.
And my dad's reaction was, "Let's run away!"
They just put the book down. He grabbed her hand, dragged her out of the shop.
I say dragged her. She was squelching. Her shoe. I mean, he was in her shoes. They had to go and get new socks.
So, our phone in after 8:30 is should kids be banned from bookshops?
Oh,
But
dear.
I love that story.
But
We reckon there may be a photo of them behind the counter in that bookshop now with wanted the wet bandits.
That's why it's called Waterstones.
But I think, I mean, a pub, it's supposed to have dogs in it.
Yeah, do you know what? I kind of agree
That's
with
where
you.
you agree, which I didn't expect you would. I think it is a fundamental right as an English man to be able to take my dog into an English pub, and frankly, any pub that doesn't allow dogs, I wouldn't go there.
If the dogs are causing trouble, then you can say, "Oi, can you get that dog outside?"
Yes.
That's fair enough.
Yes.
The landlord's or landlady's right to kick out anybody who's making it unpleasant for other people, whether it be a person or it be a dog.
Yeah.
But you know what? A dog stretched in front of a roaring fire
It's
in
lovely.
a pub while I'm having a Pepsi Cola. Beautiful.
Although dogs, and this was something because Barry, who works on my show this week, he's
that's what he's here
not
for.
a big fan of dogs in pubs, and he was talking about their wind.
What?
Well, dogs pass wind.
Do they?
They do pass wind.
Is that your excuse?
Quite often, they pass wind in the pub. Do they? They do. Quite often in my local pub, you'll be sitting there, and there's a certain smell that
All
it's
right, don't go. You know, we got the idea.
a little bit horse manure because a lot of dogs
God.
like to eat that. And you get this waft. Now, he was saying how disgusting if you're trying to eat your ham, egg and chips and somebody at the table next to you, their Labrador lets one go.
In the office, I have farted next to Barry Caffrey. Is he upset
Have
about
you?
that?
Oh.
Yes, of course.
Well, from 9 this morning, I'd like your reaction to this. Do you think it's right to ban dogs from pubs? Do you absolutely salute this pub in Buckinghamshire for putting this ban in place? Or do you think it's outrageous? And would you never go to a pub that has such a ban in place? Your view on the big phone in 03459 455 555 at 9.
Every Saturday morning from 6. David Prever.
Are you surprised to hear of people still leaving their dogs in cars in hot weather?
No, I'm not really. I think they're uneducated.
What did you do?
Broke the window at the back, the small, like a little quarter light window, and I thought, I'll steal it on the Sweeney. You know, you put your elbow through. That
The
doesn't
Sweeney?
work.
David Prever.
Hang on! Kristen, you've got to calm down.
I'd have plenty of water with me and my sun hat on and everything.
It's Prince Philip, who was a little bit agitated in the heat yesterday.
Drop the RAF word, I think, is the phrase.
If your weekend diary is looking empty and you're thinking, what shall I do? Let me fill it up for you.
David Prever. Every Saturday morning from 6 on BBC Three Counties Radio.
03459 455 555 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You know, basically, the M1 is a roadwork. Now, it's just road. The whole M1, I had to go up to... was it Sheffield I went to? Or no, Leeds I went to. I didn't realise the M1 went that far. It goes up to like number 52 or something. And pretty much 70% of it was roadworks, those average speed cameras. And I may not have a licence for much longer, let's say. And so I'm constantly following those average speed cameras, and people behind you get struck in. It's just roadworks everywhere. So the Highways Agency have come up with this cunning plan, Catherine, to make the roadworks seem a little bit less annoying.
Yeah, by giving you some jolly signs to look at.
Welcome to our work zone. No one likes a tailgater. And here's the one.
Yeah, I know.
Someone loves you. Drive carefully. It's just, I mean, isn't it? I think I know where this conversation's going to go, but you never know. Adam Rayner constantly surprises me, so who knows what he's going to say. He's a Hertfordshire-based motoring journalist, and I'm going to say it, friend of the show. Adam, I bet you love these signs, don't you?
Hello, Ian. I have actually seen one.
Oh.
I get a little phone call from your colleague, and it was, I saw one. I saw one of those, and I marvelled. And what I actually marvelled as we drove all the way to Gloucester, it was something terribly worthy, lovely art exhibition of fishy paintings.
Fishy paintings, you say? Yeah.
It's why I'd fight my way up the A40 on the morning after what they called Black Friday, a profoundly stupid time to be driving in the traffic.
Yeah.
I nearly, for pleasure, thought we'd go out on the Friday night and stay. Oh, gosh, we avoided that by the hotels being filled up. But the fact was, there was this great big sign, welcome to our work zone. And I remember thinking, how much did that cost?
Yeah.
And more than that, there is somebody on the public payroll, on probably a grade really quite a lot more than people who actually do proper jobs, who's being paid to sit around and think this up at the Highways Agency.
It's the ones that get me. I've seen a lot of these recently. It's a picture of a kid with a hard hat and a fluorescent jacket. My daddy works here. Right, so that's that. Well, I mean, I'm not going to deliberately drive to hurt someone. That's going to have no effect apart from making me angry.
That's right up there with baby on board. You're right. So, of course, we play bumper cars and crash into each other like Parisians on La Périphérique all the rest of the time, don't we? Yes. It's
really weird, isn't it? The government has said they hope these signs will, quote, improve our customers' experience of roads.
Customer experience. Oh, the journalist in me has got about 1,000 words of hilarity bowling up straight away behind customer experience. I'll give you a customer experience. Good grief. Bless them. The very fact that there's somebody who's concerned with customer experience, I'd like to see their title. It's probably got the word experiential in it as well.
All we want, Adam, and listen, roadworks have to be done. Of course they do. I'm not naive. You know, all we want is them done quickly and efficiently. That's it.
Exactly. I would rather actually see somebody working there during unsocial hours to get the whole thing done quickly. I do like some of those signs to tell you what's going on. My favourite one is completed 6 months ahead of schedule. The A505 Royston bypass. Stuff like that. Stuff that actually...
You're right. Information saying... You know, if there was a sign saying, sorry, we're about a month behind schedule... Okay.
Oh, gosh, no, that would depress the workers. I mean, that was the only possible... I really worked hard at trying to find a positive in welcome to our workspace, and I thought, what if it makes the chaps and chapesses and the civil engineers and even the lump happier to do what they're doing? Would they work quicker, do you think? Are they on piecework rates? Will they get more money per year? Or that might be useful, but even then, it just seems to be irretrievably daft.
Adam, you're not buying into this at all?
No.
I love talking to you because there's no messing around. I kind of feel, Adam, and and I'm happy that if this is true, it feels like we're a little bit of therapy for you.
Oh gosh, yes,
you like to come and unload your angst.
Have a lovely rant to the good denizens of our 3 counties and plead with them to help get me a job on Top Gear. Sorry, that was abuse of the airwaves.
Come on now, that goes against that's another code that we've broken. I think you're brilliant and we love having you on. So we'll speak to you again soon.
I meant to just as a regular. Put it this way: either the 30 seconds will do something, or they'll go, no, too fat for telly.
We need more fat people on telly, Adam.
I have that face for radio, dear boy.
Yeah, tell me about it, Adam. Always good to talk to you, mate. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Hertfordshire-based motoring journalist Adam Rayner. You see, he's always worth getting on, isn't he? Because he don't care. I want more guests on who don't care, and they just come on and they say what they think, and he does that. Right, okay, we're gonna have more magic from Pete Heat. We're hopefully gonna have a clip of someone phoning up 999 to complain about badgers and badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers. And also, what did you do with your pet when it passed? 03459 455 555. Let's get the travel.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
The southbound A1 still heavy between Eton Soken and the Black Cat roundabout. In Bedford, Paula Radcliffe Way, that's queuing through the roadworks as usual before Cutthroat Lane and Clapham Road. The A6 also busy in Clop Hill on Bedford Road, going down to join the A507. In Dunstable, Paws Avenue, that's closed for a serious accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, so you can't get onto the Woodside Industrial Estate. In Hatfield, South Way, that's queuing through the watermain work at the Great North Road junction. There are temporary traffic lights there. On the overground, it's still suspended because of a signal problem from Wealdstone Junction to Richmond. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Across beds, hearts and bugs.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
It's 8:30. I'm Simon Oxley. A terminally ill Hertfordshire mother says she's amazed at the response to an online fundraising page after an anonymous donation this week of £5,500. Police are investigating a road crash in Bedfordshire early this morning, which has left one person seriously injured and 2 others with minor injuries. The 3 people were in a car which came off the road in Paws Avenue between Dunstable and Houghton Regis, next to the Woodside Industrial Estate. And Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. It follows flooding in the Stevenage area last week.
3 Counties Sports.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Usain Bolt, Mo Farah and Jessica Ennis-Hill are in action at the London Anniversary Games at the Olympic Stadium tonight. Milton Keynes Olympic long jump gold medalist Greg Rutherford competes tomorrow. It will be the first time Farah has raced in Britain since doping allegations surrounding his coach. Bolt has given his backing to his fellow Olympic champion.
I'm sorry for Mo because every day I hear these in the papers. They're trying to tear him down. And I think he works so hard to get where he is for somebody's mistake to be causing him problems. So for me, I just really hope that he doesn't take it too seriously, he doesn't make it stress him out.
Watford have appointed former Liverpool and Leeds striker Harry Kewell as their under-21 coach. 36-year-old Kewell, who won 56 caps for Australia, retired last year and has been running a youth academy in his home country. The pre-season friendlies continue tomorrow. Watford head to Scotland to face Dundee United. Milton Keynes Dons are away to Barnet. Luton play their first home friendly as they host Coventry, and Stevenage are at home to one of manager Teddy Sheringham's former clubs, Millwall. Practice starts this morning for Sunday's Hungarian Grand Prix. Hertfordshire's Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 17 points after his win at Silverstone.
17 points is a nice gap. In the olden points, it was a really nice gap, but you always want more. You know, I had a couple of difficult races, really had a couple of strong races now, so I really want to try and continue with that form.
And Team Sky's Chris Froome heads into the 19th stage of the Tour de France with a 3-minute and 10-second cushion over his rivals after coming through a second day in the Alps unscathed. BBC Three Counties News and Sport. The next full bulletin is at 9.
Call 03459 455 555.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you very much indeed, Simon. Last 30 minutes of the show, Kath's last show. 0345 Phil, the answer to that question is no. 03459 455 555 is the telephone number. Catherine, do you want to come in? Pete, do you want to come in? We haven't got any more stories, have we? We've got any more stories?
No, we've got some callers.
Well, then let's get some callers. Let's get Pete. Let's get Dealey in. Let's have a party. Let's have not that kind of party, Pete. Put them back on, fella. Come on. This is BBC. We're not allowed to do that stuff anymore. Even though we want to, we're not allowed to do that stuff anymore. It's your last day. Martin's on the line. Morning, Martin.
Stay on the line.
Morning. Hello, Martin. What you got for us?
Well, nothing much really.
Good.
I actually phoned up.
We've got nothing much for you all week. Let's be honest.
I know, it's great. That's why I love it.
Good. we got plenty less for you coming up. Don't worry.
I originally phoned up because I thought Catherine was actually leaving, but it turns out she's just going on holiday.
Well, it's saying that if I can be bothered to even open her microphone.
Are
Yes.
you after my job? Is that why you're ringing up?
No. Well, if it's going, yeah, I'll take it.
I'll tell you what, Martin. Let's assume the job is going, right? Because one of the things you have to do is deal with very awkward callers. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn our microphones down, and all you've got to do is say the words "Hello, Dave," and we'll see if you're any good at producing and presenting. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Away you go.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Oh,
what have you got for us then, Dave?
Well, I was ringing up. It's not to talk to that Bossy Boots. I was just saying to the Kath, hope you have a nice holiday for 2 weeks. We'll miss you, and we want you back quick.
Okay. Yeah, I've got my girls in here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Big noisy.
So that's the only reasons I rang up today, mate.
Sorry?
That was the reasons why I rang up today. Just to say, have a nice holiday, Kath. We'll miss you all.
Yeah.
But they put us in this position. He's put us in this position, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he likes to do that.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah.
Martin, I'll be honest. Bringing your children into work is completely unacceptable behaviour.
No, I'm off work. Oh, yes, sorry, in your radio station.
Yes, thank you. How old are your kids?
8 and 4.
They sound like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Georgia, do you want to speak to Iain? Do you want to speak to Iain? Hold on.
Hello?
Hello,
who's this?
I'm Georgia Davidson.
Hello, Georgia Davidson. Nice to meet you. My name's Iain. Do you listen to the radio?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you know a game called the yes-no game?
Yes.
Okay, so the yes-no game, right, is a game where you're not allowed to say the word yes, and you're not allowed to say the word no. Do you fancy playing it? Do you want to have a game? Okay, Georgia, I'm starting the clock now. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, but you didn't even last 7 seconds. Hey, listen, are you enjoying your summer holiday? Okay, classic banter. Thank you very much. Dave, you're through to magician Pete Heat. What would you like to say to him?
Brilliant, Pete. Although I can't see you and I can't see your tricks, what I'm hearing is absolutely brilliant, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've put my Twix away now, actually. But yeah.
Are you going to do no more?
No, I'm going to do one more, actually. Yeah.
Good.
But I'm glad you're liking it.
Yeah, I'd love to be there to see you do it. Actually,
He says that to Catherine every morning.
And one of these days, I'll take him up on it.
No, thanks, David.
Will you, Kath?
No, she
No,
won't.
I'm being polite.
She won't take you up on anything. Well, Dave, it's been.
will.
Yeah, no. she won't. It's been okay. It's been great talking to you, Dave.
Well, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Kath. Have a nice time, Kath.
Thanks very much. What are you doing for the next couple of weeks?
Same as usual.
What's that?
Being a pain in the.
Walking. Should be quiet, will you, pal? Walking around Luton. You know what I mean?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Why are you walking aimlessly around one of our bustling metropoli?
Well, yeah, shopping all the time.
Gosh.
Shopping.
Do you think you've got a problem
Yeah.
with the shopping? What are you trying to buy?
Well, not me. It's my missus goes shopping.
Oh,
I'll be honest, Dave. Even by your standards, this is pee poor. I'm gonna say, unless you can turn it around in the last 20 seconds, I'm gonna let you go.
Go on, Dave.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see you Monday.
Now,
You won't.
we've been joined by Pete Heat all morning. Heat's not your last real name.
No, but shh.
Oh, you're building up
a peek behind the curtain. No, my real surname is Hathaway.
Pete behind the
And
curtains.
your real first name is Peter.
It's Pettigrew. No, it's not. It's Peter. You were correct.
At peteheat.co.uk, if you go there and scroll down, you'll see the end of what was a brilliant magic trick. peteheat.co.uk, at Pete Heat on Twitter. Yeah. Justin Dealey is. Hang on, I just realised Dealey's not been out on the streets all morning. The dog's been in the kennel.
He's been in recovery.
Well, you kept me here so I can talk to Pete. By the way, Pete, if you're so good, boss.
Oh, suddenly it's changed.
Okay. Why have you changed your name?
That's a non sequitur.
There you
If
go.
you're so good, why have you changed your name?
Yeah, why have you changed your name,
Is that
boss?
something only bad people do?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's a trick.
Are you embarrassed to be you?
It's a trick.
No, it's not a trick. He's embarrassed to be him.
Why are you being aggressive with him?
I'm not being aggressive at all.
Just 'cause he blew your mind.
Dealey, I want you to come in and share
in and
Catherine's
share my mic.
microphone.
Come on, we'll be
come
like-
on, come
we'll
and
be
share
like the
Catherine's
Supremes.
microphone. By the way, Kelly, great to have you back.
Thanks, Claire.
Let's come and share Catherine's microphone.
Before I do that,
Yeah.
I'm now in the gallery. I can see all the texts that are coming in. Somebody's texting saying, "Can Dave in Luton produce the programme next week?"
No, that's never going to happen. That's from Johnny Walker, not the Johnny Walker, the whiskey.
Get that mic.
That one doesn't work.
No, get the chair.
I think this one does actually.
Do you know how to work that one? If you can work that one, player.
I think it works.
Geezer, he's on.
Yeah, I'm on.
He's on. Okay, Pete. But the only reason we got you in, basically, is to bully Justin and to melt his mind.
Okay.
And to whip him into shape. Have you got one more trick you can do for us?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Actually, Justin, I know you've already mixed these up once today. Take them back. It's a pack of cards again, just for the listeners. Give them another little mix. Okay.
I like being in the mix. Takes me back to the 1990s. That was Sash, back to back with Ultranate.
Weirdo. That was great.
What do you mean weirdo? Great tunes. Hold on, guys. Right.
Okay, before you give them back, just reach in and take one card out from somewhere in that pack.
Do I have to see the card myself? How does this work?
Yeah, take it out, but facing you so I don't see it.
Right, okay. Let's do this.
You can hand me the rest back when you've done that.
Yeah.
You can even change your mind once you've looked at it. You happy with that one, or do you want to change?
No, I think I'll keep that.
All right, okay.
Give
Give me the rest. All right,
Give him the other cards back.
Would you agree that you could have literally gone for any card in the pack?
I could, yes,
they were
yes.
in your hands. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna, in fact, show Ian and Kath. I'll look at the wall here.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
You got
now,
that. Yeah.
I'm going to turn back to you. I'm going to flick through the pack. You'll hear this one. Okay, it's going to flick through the corner of the pack. Justin, can you say stop, or should I call you dog? Sorry.
Call me dog.
Okay, because people who change their names, I'm never sure.
Hang on, boss. Right, my name is still Justin Dealey on the radio. J-Dog is my nickname. Haven't changed my name. Haven't changed my name.
Can I just say, for broadcasting purposes, for some, you need to be very gentle on Oxley's microphone because you know what he's like. He's a beast. He roars it up to the max. You're coming across as an angry robot.
Okay.
So
is that best?
That's much better, thank you, J-Dog.
Just fiddle with Simon's knob. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to take these headphones off, but obviously you can still hear me. I'm just going to...
That's
how it works. Yeah, I'm a magician. I know these things. Justin, so like I said, I'm going to flick through the corner of the pack. Can you say stop somewhere roughly in the middle? It doesn't have to be the middle, but somewhere.
Stop.
Okay, and we're going to put your... so determined. Can I take your card back off?
I'm really sorry, Pete, that you're getting this attitude because there's love coming from us and there's just pure hatred coming from this.
It's all right. I will prevail. Can I take that card back off your face now so I can't see what it is? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, and it's going to go exactly where you said stop, so about halfway in. Yeah?
Yep.
I'm now going to put... This is one... Actually, you might want to film this part, because this is one... it's not going to sound that good on the radio, but when you watch this back, if these guys tweet the link, this is one of the sort of most visual tricks.
Kelly,
okay, are you ready?
You start filming. Are we filming?
Okay.
Here we go.
So sorry, Justin, just for the camera, your card is what, about halfway in this pack, would you say?
Yeah.
And it's been in one hand at fingertips like this. I haven't done any kind of sneaky moves, but just to make sure I'm not doing any sneaky moves, I'm actually going to put them down on the floor here. Okay. Can you guys see if I put them down? On the carpet? Yeah. Can you see them there, Justin?
Yes, I can, boss.
Okay,
Yep.
So get rid of whatever that is. I'm not going to touch them, like I say. Just look at the pack.
Yeah.
Think of your card.
Yep.
Okay. And you see that the cards actually start to...
His hand's about 6 inches above the cards, and he's waving, and the cards are moving.
Just his face. Watch.
How is that happening?
The cards are moving. He's not even touching them. Whoa! One just swiveled.
It's The Exorcist.
One just swiveled.
So one card kind of floated out of the pack. What was your card, Justin?
It was, I believe, it was 8 of Hearts, wasn't it?
No.
Come on, this is why I get you to show them. Justin, what was your card?
Is it? No, I always get confused with spades and clubs.
It was spades.
It was the 8 of spades, right?
Hey!
You've got to give him the same card, Justin. You can't just step in. That was amazing.
Justin's got sweat on.
Right, I just don't get how that happened. I'm not particularly interested in him picking my card out, to be fair, with that trick. No, hang on, no, that wasn't the trick for me. That wasn't the trick, him picking the cards out. He made the pack of cards on the floor move 3 times. Forget the card, not interested in the card. How has he done that?
Okay.
How?
But the fact that he got your cards...
no, fair play. Fair play.
You stopped. Don't worry. I know, yeah. And you know when I took the card out, and you said it was the 8 of Hearts. You forgot what it was, obviously. If I take... This is what I would have done if you'd have persisted and still thought it was the 8 of Hearts. So I'm going to take your 8 of Spades, okay?
Yeah.
Can you all see that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, watch. I'm going to just swipe it through the pack like that. As it goes through, it's going to start to change.
Oh, Dealey, come on!
Into the 8 of Hearts.
Come on! Double ownership.
Wow.
He changed it to the 8 of Hearts.
I'll change it back. Check that out. Check there's just one card there, man.
That is incredible.
Oh, Pete, I love it. I love it so much. I don't understand why you're not on telly every single night. Well, you'd run out of gags and tricks.
I wish I was.
But I just think you're. I genuinely, I do know John Archer, who's brilliant, and all these other people that are brilliant. I think you're the best. It's such a good act.
You're right, Justin.
I'm okay. Listen. I've not seen that since The Exorcist. Things moving around like that. That was
Since The Exorcist.
No, seriously, that was really.
You know that wasn't a documentary, right?
That was really scary. That was very, very scary.
Pete, have you got any gigs or anything coming up that people can go and see to, or are you just doing private parties at the moment?
I do a lot of private parties. What else? I've got a couple of gigs at Jongleur, various comedy clubs. You know, Jongleurs. There's one in. My phone's not working, or I would tell you. What we got?
Pete, if they go to Pete...
31st of July, Jongleurs in Camden.
Brilliant.
Doing a little show there, like 20-minute set.
How does it? Because Jongleurs is kind of like the stag night.
It is.
Crowd.
It's a lot of comedians find it quite.
It's like 600 Justin Dealeys. How?
To be honest, I see. I mean, this is kind of tempting fate to say this. I go down quite well at that kind of thing. I think because
you're a geezer.
Because I'm a bloody geezer, yeah. I walk on and they're like, he's one of us. And we just basically all beat our chests and sort of smash pints of Stella into each other's heads. It's kind of, yeah. I do quite sort of, as you've seen me on stage, I do very silly, ridiculous, like kind of comedy magic. And they look like they seem to love it, so...
PeteHeat.co.uk if you want to go and have a look, if you want to book in for a party, and if you do any gigs kind of around here, let us know, because we'll have a little works outing.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
We'll come and have a look. Pete, thank you so much.
In 15 seconds, an invite to Pete. We have a camera crew. Would you like to come out and meet my people on the streets?
Your
for 15
people?
minutes, my people.
Would you allow me to meet your people?
Yeah, are you up for it?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Right, go on. There you go. We'll put it on the website. Pete, nice to see you, mate. Thank you very much.
Really good
travel.
Thank you.
Travel news for beds, cards, and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
There's been an accident on the M1 going south. There's a lane closed. It's looking very slow. A lorry involved in that between junction 12 for Flitwick and junction 11 for Dunstable. The A1 going south, also very heavy from Eton Soken towards the Black Cat roundabout. In Milton Keynes, Standing Way, looking very slow approaching the Kingston roundabout in the roadworks. Paula Radcliffe Way, problems in the roadworks there in Bedford. That's very slow at Clapham Road and Cutthroat Lane. In Dunstable, Paws Avenue remains closed for a serious accident between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road, meaning there's no access to the Woodside Industrial Estate. On the overground, it's still suspended because of a signal problem between Willesden Junction and Richmond. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you very much. We're all still reeling from... That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just thrilled by Dealey's face.
It was, the whole law of physics, not that he's particularly familiar with the law of physics, but just everything, his whole world shifted. Do you believe in magic, said the loving spoonful? Well, Dealey does. Right, where are we now? 8:46, we'll have the weather with Sarah in a second, but before that, let's get your news headlines on Friday, the 24th of July. A terminally ill Hemel Hempstead mum says she's amazed at the response to an online fundraising page set up by a friend. Police are investigating a road crash between Dunstable and Houghton Regis this morning, which has left one person seriously injured and two others with minor injuries. And Hertfordshire County Council is warning of possible flooding this afternoon with heavy rain forecast. Here's Sarah with the weather.
Beds, Herts and Bucks weather.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Well, thanks very much indeed. We've been tracking an area of low pressure pushing rain towards us through this morning. We've already had some bits and pieces. They are the amuse-bouche to the main event because it's drying out now across the three counties, but that's because it was all a bit fragmented on its leading edge. It will continue to push in though, and once it sets in from mid-morning onwards, we're looking at some increasingly heavy and persistent rain for the rest of the day today, overnight into tomorrow morning. Feeling pretty chilly at just 13 Celsius through the afternoon. The Met Office has issued a weather warning for us for the likelihood of some really heavy rain, and not only that, the strength of the wind as it crosses off towards the east, because we could have some disruptive wind gusts of 40 miles an hour as that all clears away in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow should be a much better day. Top temperature of 18 or 19 Celsius, dry with some sunny spells, just a risk of a shower, and much lighter winds increasingly as we go through the day. And then on Sunday morning we start dry, but we've got more rain to come in the afternoon. Not as heavy or persistent as today's, but actually it'll feel pretty chilly again at 16 degrees. And then Monday, the risk of some showers and pretty breezy as well from the southwest, but some warmer air with us, so 19 or 20 Celsius.
Every weekday morning.
They're not getting shown what being British is.
The intention was to try and make the world a safer place.
No, it wasn't. It was to do with oil. Don't be naive, Jonathan, please.
The JVS Show.
I'm not comfortable with it. And if they feel they're being pilloried, well, they're putting themselves as the odd person.
It's such a violation of a child's sense of safety in the world.
And I hate to use that old cliche, Jane, but it hasn't done us any harm, has it?
The JVS Show.
No, I haven't made my point. I'll tell you when I've made my point.
Every weekday morning on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Everybody, Catherine, is at it.
Right.
They are at it like rabbits. Where's the copy of The Sun? Right.
So are you taking this to Magaluf?
Yeah, we had the bonking couple in a phone box t'other day. Right?
Yeah.
And now there's this. I'm not particularly shocked by this one.
No, because it's Magaluf.
Sleazy sex on sunbed. They may have been making love. Brits Magaluf romp 2 drunk tourists had sex in public on a Spanish beach sunbed at 8 a.m. Now, it's not the same as they were doing it in the Spanish equivalent of Tesco.
No.
Or that they were doing it by the shop that sells the bouncy balls and the fishing nets.
No.
And
you know what they call Magaluf, don't you? A budget holiday destination.
Thank you very much indeed. The couple, believed to be British, romped, words that only get used in newspapers.
How did they know they were British? Was it the accent?
Union Jack.
Okay.
And other holidaymakers residents and other holidaymakers walked past just yards away. Furious locals in the Mallorca, how do we say it these days?
Mallorcan.
It changes, doesn't it?
Mallorcan.
Called police, but the pair were let off with a warning. That pause was not intentional, but I realise it shifts the story. One witness said, "Which sucking teeth thing do I do? Because I'm saying this, I'm trying to work it out."
You don't do sucking teeth.
Do you know what we're talking about? Listen to the podcast today because
sucking teeth is what Dermot does a lot. He goes, to punctuate his jokes. Okay. Like, you know what they call Magaluf? A budget holiday destination. But you don't do that.
Here's an interesting
you do this.
And it's a really difficult thing. What? It's a difficult thing to communicate. How do comedians punctuate their jokes? So how does Dermot, he's a comedian, but how does he punctuate his jokes? Right. My favourite one is Jimmy Tarbuck. Well, you know what they call Magaluf? It's a luxury holiday destination. And anyway, and he does that there. And anyway, he always
skips
puts that,
on.
Yeah. And then there's no and anyway. That's for you to realise it's a funny has been done. And anyway, one witness said it was absolutely disgusting to see these two adults going at it. Well, I hope they were adults. Locals are sick of tourists tearing their town apart. Make love, not war. You know the lead singer of the Beach Boys is called Mike Love?
Yeah.
Best name album ever, Mike Love, Not War. Ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a bootleg worth buying. It's true, Mike Love, Not War. Locals are sick of tourists. It's incidents like this which give Magaluf a disgraceful reputation.
Well.
To carry on as people try to go about their daily business is shameful. A 47-second video of the sunbed sex has been viewed online. Residents and business owners are...
Is the Outraged Sun streaming that on their website?
Yes,
of course they are.
Of course they are, which you have to pay to access.
Yes.
Billy Crush!
Hello there.
Ever done it on a beach in Magaluf?
Oh dear, oh pray no.
Is oh dear, oh pray an actual saying?
Well, I was just surprised that you asked me that question. Really, that was quite out of order.
It was a bit mucky, wasn't it, Billy?
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh pray. What you got for us, Bill?
Well, when I rang earlier, the lady who answered the phone, she didn't seem to know my voice, whereas everybody on your programme does in the usual way.
First of all, that was no lady, that was Kelly Betts. And second of all...
Oh, well, she ought to know me.
She would know you.
I was the original person who realised who you were.
Oh, well, never mind. That's forgiven. That's forgiven.
You're welcome.
This morning...
Send her a signed photograph. That will make things better for her.
You keep saying it's Pat's last day.
Yes, it is.
Is it really forever or just for a holiday?
Is anything forever these days, Billy, in this transient world in which we live in?
Oh, well, I wish her all the very best because her voice is always...
annoying? Grating? Irritating? Northern?
What?
Childlike?
No, not at all. It's always
sexy?
a pleasure to hear her voice, and I wish her all the very best for the future.
All right,
Thank
Billy.
you.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Billy.
You don't have to worry about the future, just the next 14 days.
So we were talking about their releases every 3 months or so. There's a local authority will do a... well, these are the stupid 999 calls we get.
Do you remember we had the man who was concerned about the squirrel?
Oh, I love it. Oh, that was what the tweet related to earlier on. I didn't get the reference. I lost that. Okay. Well, this is the one... this is... where is this? This is in Yeovil. They're not the brightest bunch down there.
Okay.
I'll have a listen to this. This is...
Thank you. Calling you through to the police. What's the location of the emergency?
I just need to double check if it's something that actually needs to be reported to you guys. I just got chased by a badger in the Yeovil area. I think if that's something you guys would need to know about.
You got chased by a badger?
Yeah, I just need to check if that's something you needed to hear.
Now, it sounds like he's taking the mick a bit.
But I think it's the accent.
I got chased by a badger.
You think you ought to know about it?
I don't think he is taking the mick. Listen on.
I mean, literally just got away.
I literally just got away.
No, that's not something that we would deal with.
Okay, would that be animal control instead then?
You could contact them. I mean, where has it gone?
Well, I didn't see where it went. I mean, I after sort of, well, I don't know, I sort of ran away, jangled my keys. After jangling my keys a bit and sort of shouting at it a bit, it ran off. But it was quite vicious. It wouldn't stop running, so I did like...
Yeah, no, I'd contact them. Because, I mean, there's nothing that we would be able to do, unfortunately.
All right, I just thought I'd better double check.
Yeah, no, that's fine, not a problem.
I just thought, now fair play to her, although to be honest, because when they're in our region, the squirrel guy, they get really short shrift. You're wasting our time.
Yeah.
Could you go away? She's engaging.
She sounded mildly concerned. I didn't realise that was the accepted practice for badger evasion, jangling your keys. Surely that's a come on.
What would you do to a badger though if it if they're starting to
if they lock on?
There's
only one way to get them off, isn't there?
They've got rabies, haven't they, badgers?
I don't know. I don't think we've got rabies in this country.
Apart from badgers.
No, I don't think they've got rabies.
Yeah, the badgers have.
They've got the other thing. That's why they were called...
Babies?
Yeah.
Scabies.
Yeah. The haby-jabies.
I got the haby-jabies. Here's you think your place cost a lot of money? Well, maybe it did, but not as much as this. On the upside, you can rustle up some breakfast without leaving bed. On the downside, well, you might have to stay there to eat it. This is a studio flat, 9.33 square metres, okay? Mm. It's a little larger than a prison cell, and you're in bed and you could reach over and do the microwave. You seen how much it's going for?
No.
Have a guess. It's in that London.
All right, it's going to be dear then.
Yeah, it's in South Kensington, London.
Crikey bobs.
Yeah, go on. It's just that one room. The studio
is a box room
being sold by Foxtons. Oh, guys, has a fridge and a microwave. There's a communal bathroom.
Right.
Okay, so you're sharing the bathroom with someone. How much do you reckon that's going for?
Probably. I mean, what? 250 grand?
£295,000.
What? So nearly 300.
£300,000. They probably take offers. You could probably get it down to 293. £295,000 for a room where all you can fit in there is a bed, a small fridge, and a microwave. You're not going anywhere to hang your clothes.
And the toilet's outside.
Look at the picture of that. It's just...
I had some friends who had a similar setup in Paris, and to go and visit them, I had to join them, and it was like going to see, Charlie Bucket's grandparents?
Yeah.
They were always in bed because you're either in bed or out of the room. There was no two ways about it, so you had to perch on the end of their bed to visit. It was odd.
We're led to believe that Grandpa Joe is in bed because he's ill. He's lazy.
Right.
Because he gets up and walks.
The question that comes to my mind when I watch that is, whose feet are where?
Because the grandmas do have a cheeky little grin on their face, don't they?
The topping and tailing. Those feet have got to go somewhere.
Dear, oh pray. Oh, sorry, I just... anyway, I won't say what I was about to say. I'm self-censoring.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.
Back to normal on the M1 going south now. All lanes reopen after the accident between Junction 12 for Flitwick and Junction 11 for Dunstable. In Milton Keynes, still looking really busy on Standing Way on the speed sensors going towards the Kingston roundabout through the roadworks. Roadworks also causing problems in Bedford on Paula Radcliffe Way. The A6 very slow before Cutthroat Lane and Clapham Road as usual. In Dunstable, Pause Avenue, that's reopened after the accident and the investigation work between Wheatfield Road and Boscombe Road. The overground, it's still suspended between Wealdstone Junction and Richmond. That's because of a signal failure. That's the latest travel. Tom Watts, BBC Three Counties Radio.
Tom, thank you very much indeed. Have a nice weekend. That's it. That's your lot. 2 podcasts this week. One is the Penn School special. If you listen to that, maybe you'll understand why Steve Baker MP refuses to come on the show anymore, saying that we breached BBC guidelines with our interview that we did with him. Well, have a listen to the full interview in the Penn School podcast. See if you can spot the breaching of the guidelines. I don't think there were any. There's also the light-hearted Jolly Romp of a podcast that will go out this afternoon. I'll be honest, we had such fun recording the links yesterday. 20 minutes of links. Kath, it's been great working with you.
Well, I wish I could say the same.
Unbelievable.
Local and vocal across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Thank you, Iain. Good morning. Welcome to the JVS show. I'm Jonathan Vernon-Smith. It's Friday, it's 9 o'clock, and on today's Big Phone In, do you think it's right